recording at 12920 Philadelphia Street, Whittier, California at Undersea Comics. Keeping Up with the Nerds Keeping Up with the Nerds presents issue 204. My name is Rene.
Nick.
This is Bryan.
And welcome to the show, everyone.
Sean's here too.
Oh yeah, Sean.
The man behind the chair, Alfred.
Doo-doo-doo.
You're our
Sean.
Alfred. Are you okay with that?
He's our Alfred.
Yeah, he's our Alfred, dude.
He's the
Now is he
Anything
the Alfred?
else,
Now,
Master Wayne?
is he the Alfred from Batman or the Alfred from
the boys.
No, not from the boys. Which Alfred do you want to be? Do you want to be Christopher Nolan Alfred, or do you want to be Matt Reeves Alfred?
Or do you want to be the Alfred
Zack
that cleans
Snyder.
the
Or
cages?
Jeremy Irons Alfred?
Yeah.
Jeremy Irons was an old one from the Batman
BVS.
Forever
Jeremy Irons is from the
BVS.
Batflick.
oh,
Bad
no.
flicks.
Yeah. He was pretty good.
Voice of
Yeah,
Scar.
he was.
Jer-
He was a
yeah.
good Alfred.
I like him.
Yeah. You want to go to war?
No, I'll do the one with Val Kilmer and what's his name?
Why
Not
do you always
Bruce
have to
Willis.
go that far out?
Dude,
Why can't
Val Kilmer, and there was the same thing as Clooney's. It was also
Yes.
Clooney's Batman.
I want to be that
Yeah,
Alfred.
He was Alfred for the first 3 movies.
I identify as him.
And the same Commissioner Gordon as well, too.
Yep.
Who was that?
I forget his
Some
name.
chunky dude.
Some chunky dude.
No, not Commissioner Gordon. I think he's talking
Jeremy
about Alfred.
Irons Alfred was not bad. I actually
No,
really
Jeremy
liked him.
Irons is a
Jeremy Irons.
The
solid
movie
choice.
sucked. But
It's a
Jeremy Irons
solid
was-
choice as Alfred.
Yeah. Guys, welcome to issue 204, Keeping Up with the Nerds. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you guys are on YouTube. Thank you so much to our new subscribers, 247, last I checked.
I saw that.
So we're building up steam, guys. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to our YouTube channel, and keep sharing our podcast with anyone. Let them know, because we appreciate all the support and love that you guys are giving out to the show. If you guys are not following us on any of our socials, please follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and X.
X for X-Mans.
His name is Michael Gow.
Michael Gout.
Subscribe and go to our YouTube channel. And,
the
of
Alfred.
course, if you guys are on the
Brian's
go,
talking over
please check out our
Very
audio
good.
platforms on Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
Dude, he's messing up.
and Podbean.
Been out of the game for a while.
Been out of the game, dude. I'm so sorry.
We brought
But
you
welcome
in
back,
for
guys.
one
How's you guys'
more.
this week's been?
It's been all right.
It's been all
It's
right.
been hot.
How's your 4th?
I slept.
You didn't barbecue?
I barbecued with Monica. Like, me and Monica just barbecued at home.
That's cute.
That was cute. Yeah. And then we watched. And then we caught up on our Gypsy Rose. Documentary.
Oh, you watched the documentary?
Yeah. We're watching
That was
Life After Bars or something like
Yeah.
that. And then we watched the J-Lo documentary. And then
Yeah.
I started watching The Boys.
Oh.
And Monica was very surprised. She was like, "What are you watching?" And I'm like, "Just go back
My
to doing."
documentaries.
I was
Don't
like,
judge
"Go
me,
back
woman."
to do whatever you were doing. That's it. Don't look at what I'm doing. Just do what you were doing."
Yeah.
Question.
Yes.
What would be the go-to if you guys had to watch one movie every 4th of July? What would it be?
Independence Day.
Independence Day.
Independence Day?
Yeah.
I watched
gotta
it-
see Randy Quaid sacrifice himself. Always remember.
I watched it on I watched it on Wednesday when I went over to Monica's first. She wasn't home yet, and then I was watching it before she got there. And then she started watching it, and she goes, "I don't get it. Like, I don't get this movie."
Independence Day?
She doesn't like. She
I'm
just
not shocked.
She didn't get
It's
it.
about freedom.
Yeah, she didn't get it. And then
They
like she
blew
saw
up the White House.
It was so funny too because she saw your post on
last year.
yesterday.
Oh, no, that was probably me.
Or your post.
with
It was
Randy Quaid?
Randy Quaid going
Yeah.
in. It's like Happy Independence Day.
That's the line that gives me
Yeah.
chills. It's not the speech. It's Randy Quaid saying, "All right, you alien a-holes. That's the words for my generation. Up
Yours. Yeah, that's a good scene. Yeah, and then,
so good.
And then Monica
I
goes,
got chills right now.
and then Monica was reading it, and then she showed it to me and went, "What is this from?"
Yeah.
And then I was like, "It's from Independence Day."
You know what's funny? I posted that, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, I know Brian's gonna love it. I know Andy's gonna know it.
Oh, because I
But
showed it to
yeah,
her.
and I'm like, and I know Nick's gonna love it, but I'm like, I don't think Monica's seen
Dude,
it. I was
my
thinking
wife,
about it.
my wife knows me so well because I was doing the final edits on the skit on the 4th. And we were getting ready to go to Yorkfield over here to watch the fireworks.
yeah.
And she, I turn around. What's playing in the background?
Independence Day.
Rocky.
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 Why is Rocky?
Huh?
Why Rocky?
Wait, which Rocky?
The first Rocky.
No, you
that
got
not
Rocky 4.
No, that's what I thought. But here's the thing: it was a Rocky marathon on AMC, so she just put the TV for background noise.
Okay.
And then I told her I was just like, "Why'd you put Rocky?" And she's just like, "Well, because
America.
it's 4th of July, and you're always talking about Rocky. You got to put an American movie on, so why not Rocky?"
First
I'm
off,
like,
that's Top Gun.
Top Gun Maverick.
Both Top Guns. You can watch both Top Guns on 4th of July.
Top Gun Maverick, man. Every time you bring up Top Gun,
what's funny?
whenever you guys bring up Top Gun, I just want to watch it again.
Dude, it's a good movie. It's a solid movie.
I was watching Independence Day, and I'm like, you know what would have been really cool if they did a Top Gun like crossover with Independence Day. You see Maverick just like, like with alien ships and everything.
You know what would be really good? If Independence Day 2 was good.
Right?
If it was good.
Tom Cruise was in there.
Yeah, if Tom Cruise. You know what? If you would have replaced Will Smith with Tom Cruise, I would have been okay with it. Instead of just going, well, Will Smith doesn't want to do it. What should we do? Let's murder him. Let's just murder him. Let's murder him. Yeah. How did he die? Oh, he crashed a plane.
It was funny because we were talking about the main topics for today, and then you brought up Independence Day, and I'm just like, Independence never got a sequel.
Yeah, it did.
I'm like, oh my God,
did.
right.
That's
yeah,
the
it
movie
did.
we want to bury in our
You're
brains.
right.
Yeah.
Dude.
I've never seen it, honestly.
Some way, somehow, the scientist survives, and he's back, and he's just...
There's some movies that.
Oh,
just
yeah, I saw the clip of that.
Yeah, he
I was
comes
like,
back.
Wait, didn't he die?
He broke his neck.
I know. He's like, release me.
Yeah, but he survived. He survived that.
No peace.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the thing.
And he's just like, he's saying there like,
You know what I'm really disappointed about? I was hoping that the guy's son, the what was it? The kid that comes in and goes, "You idiot! You idiot! You sprayed the wrong field." You sure?
you sure?
No, but I was hoping I was hoping he was gonna be like a general.
Oh, yeah.
I was hoping he was gonna be like a general or something, or like he followed it. Like he's also a fighter pilot. Nothing panned out in that movie.
It's so funny how
What happened to Bill? Not Bill Paxton. What was the character, the president in that movie? Because didn't he go like
Dies.
crazy? No.
Yeah, no, he goes crazy because was it after it infected his brain. So he starts seeing visions of them, and he goes nuts. And then he's in like in a psych ward.
It was perfectly fine when he was in the fighter jet.
I just find it funny that we can watch movies over and over again and still get like either emotional or chills in certain scenes. Like
My
Rocky
girlfriend
for me-
has no idea how I do that. She does. No, I'm being serious.
Yeah. No.
She's even seen me go like, "Haven't you watched this movie before?" I could have sworn you've seen this
It's
movie.
the moment that matters.
Could have sworn you've seen this movie.
Like
and I'm
with
like,
Rocky,
yeah,
when
good.
he tells his coach, he's like, "Cut my eye, just do it."
Just cut it, Mick.
And that's the moment you know that he went the distance.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
especially Rocky IV. He's like, if I could change, you could change, and everybody can change.
And then he stops the Cold War.
Right? Yeah.
And that's how he defeated
Boxing,
communism.
yes.
You don't know that's how he defeated communism?
Communism was over, dude.
Right?
Yeah, dude.
As soon as freaking Dolph Lundgren went down, the Cold War was
In
over.
all fairness, if you were to say Rocky IV is my Independence Day movie, I'd get it.
Oh
Yeah,
no, that's
no,
mine.
yeah,
that's
has
mine.
to
That,
be your 4th of July
if
movie,
that is true, then
I
I
had
get it.
to really choose like this year. I was just like Independence Day or Rocky IV, and I'm like, it has to be Rocky.
You know what?
I
Hard-
have to watch Independence.
A hard one, a real hard one, just because Americans are idiots. Joe Dirt.
Oh yeah.
Joe Dirt's a solid one.
I feel like you really got to be in the mood for that. Though.
Nah, dude, come
Oh, yeah,
on,
definitely. Yep.
Yeah.
dude. Joe Dirt's great. You
Let's
ever
shoot
see-
fireballs at it. Oh man.
You
we're gonna
sent
be
me a
so
reel
busted.
today
I
at the Red Rock Canyon when South Park celebrated 25
Oh
years.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then they sang the America.
Good. From Team America.
F
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
good.
Dude,
right.
that song's so good.
Yeah.
Team America is also a good choice too.
That is
Team
also
America. is a good
Walmart,
choice.
F yeah. McDonald's, F yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Matt Damon.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Man, dude, Matt Stone and Trey Parker just made it, huh?
Oh yeah.
They can
I need to
break
watch.
every
I do
rule.
need to watch Book of Mormon. I haven't seen it in live.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I think I told you this. The best part about the Book of Mormon live is that people walk out because they don't realize what it's about.
Do they think it's gonna be like?
They think it's about the Book of Mormon. They don't realize it's a parody.
It's kind of like.
It's making fun of it.
It's
I'm letting you know right
SCT.
now. We're gonna go see Deadpool and Wolverine. We're gonna see somebody walk out.
100%.
You think so?
I think when we go see it, there's gonna be a parent who's gonna take her small family
Oh yeah.
and go. I'm gonna take my kids to go see this movie, and it's gonna be so outrageous that we're just gonna see a small family
Yeah.
get up
That-
and leave.
Didn't we see that happen before?
Yeah.
It was a movie we went to go see, and
Really?
he questioned it because we walked out after the movie finished,
Yeah.
and he's just like, "Why would you bring a
Oh,
stroller?"
Was that no wait?
that was
for
that was
Mad
bad. That was Bad Boys.
Oh,
Was
that's
it Bad
right.
Boys?
Bad-
They had a stroller there.
There was one
Yeah.
for Bad Boys, and then there was another one for
Why do I think Barbie?
no.
We didn't see
No.
Barbie
It was no Hard Feelings. Remember?
that's
Where there was
we
a-
talked about that.
There was remember there was like a kid. There was a bunch
There
of
was
kids in there.
yeah,
We were
little
like,
kids,
why
yeah.
are kids in this movie?
For me, it was
It's
Barbie.
Katniss, guys.
Yeah, look at Katniss. Look, she's trying to sleep with that underage
Right.
boy.
Oh, look, Katniss is gonna fight naked. Oh,
Okay,
okay.
that's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we
I'm
won't
not,
complain.
I'm not gonna fight it.
Yeah.
Monica, hey, Monica even said she looks good.
Yeah.
Like
I know. We all three of us went to go see the movie. We were like, you know what?
she looked good.
Yeah.
You know,
Jennifer,
you
solid.
mentioned
Tight
that
body.
movie. What's the Glenn Powell, Sydney Sweeney movie? that
Oh,
just came out?
Anyone But You.
Have you seen it?
I recently watched it.
Anything
good,
but
It's
right?
actually pretty good.
We
It's
were
funny.
Yeah, it is.
It's funny.
It's very cute.
Yeah.
But I was looking at that movie and I'm just like, because I'm gonna go watch it with
yeah.
the what?
I would say the best parts was the bloopers at the end.
Yeah.
And then also the scene where because they're in Australia, so that's where the wedding's at for their friends and stuff. And there's a scene where I guess they're trying to both Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney are trying to like touch each other's butts, but try to sell it.
Oh, and they're just like.
So then Sydney Sweeney just like digs her hand inside his shorts.
Oh my god.
And she's like, "There's something weird in here." Like, wait, and she pulls it out. It's a spider, like this big. Glenn Powell freaks out. His character freaks out. He's stripping down.
What movie is
Butt
this?
ass naked.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Anyone But You, and he's butt naked, holding his nards, and he bends down. He goes, look inside, because they hunt in pairs." And she's looking at it too, and you can
Meanwhile-
tell he's naked. He's naked.
Yeah, he's. Yeah.
And like, so he's holding it down, and then like she's like, wait, what's? Oh no, wait, that's just you. She's like, and it's so funny. Oh,
Meanwhile,
didn't see
there's
this movie.
cuts in
Yeah.
between of this guy because they're hiking in a trail.
Yeah.
And this guy's just fixated on a koala.
yeah,
So-
everyone's paying attention to
So
the
there-
koala bear.
So it's just this. It's just a scene of the guy looking at the koala and the koala just going. And in the background, you just see Glenn Powell,
Yeah.
Sydney Sweeney's character, just like
You can see
running around.
that the koala is not looking at them; he's looking at them. So he's just like, it's
pretty
a
good.
funny movie.
Here's the
I gotta
thing.
check
I
it.
went to.
It's
I was,
on Netflix, so yeah.
I was
Anyone
watching
But
it
You.
at John's.
Okay.
And he had that movie on when I just like came
Yeah.
over, and I'm looking at it. And I'm like, this is really interesting. And all I kept thinking about was just like Glenn Powell like nerfed Sydney Sweeney.
Mhm.
He's a good looking dude.
He is.
He's a good looking dude.
Yeah, I forgot how he's a little bit more older than her. He's like in
But
his,
not that much though. He's
no,
like in
he's
his mid-30s.
His mid-30s.
Yeah.
But she's like in her late 20s. That's
Yeah.
why, so.
What's the new Zac Efron movie?
Oh, A Family Affair.
That one's terrible.
Yeah.
Don't watch it.
We watched.
You don't even
I mean,
remember the name.
Me and Mandy watched it over the weekend, and it was.
It was
Like
boring,
I said,
dude.
Like
it was
I said,
boring.
Like I said, it was Zac Efron was possibly the best part in that movie.
The problem, I stick by it. I think Nicole Kidman was miscast.
Mhm. I think you could have cast someone else.
Have you guys seen?
You know who I was saying? Amy Poehler. I think if
Really?
you would have went either Amy Poehler
or Tina Fey?
Tina Fey, I was also saying
Yeah.
too. I was also thinking Julia Dreyfus.
Dreyfus? Ooh. Yeah.
I thought she would have been perfect too.
That or even Anne Hathaway. Because have you ever seen? There's a movie she does on Prime called The Idea of You.
Uh-huh.
Same basic premise of a family affair. It's a guy that falls in love with an older woman and stuff like that. But the thing is, Anne Hathaway falls in love with a young man that's in a boy band.
I
So,
did see that one. I actually liked
good.
it.
It's good.
I liked
That
that
one
one.
was good. That was a good.
I
movie.
did
Have you
like
guys
that
seen
one.
the Glenn Powell movie, The Hitman?
No, I want to see it.
I want
though.
to see it too.
The
Apparently, it's
Hitman?
pretty good. Yeah.
Well,
It's-
after seeing Anyone But You, like I do want to see most of Glenn Powell's movies. Now.
Yeah, even Twisters.
Twisters. I'm excited to watch Twisters because it just looks like it's fun.
It's
Yeah.
a good. I feel like we haven't had a good disaster movie in a
I
while.
also have just been laughing at the fact of they were just like, so how do we promote this movie? Same way we did last time.
Just put
The
second-
exact same.
Just put
way.
instead of one Twister, you put
Two Twisters.
And then
It's twins.
and then it looks like they got the same poster and they were just like, all right, move to the left.
It's literally the
Move
same
to the
poster
right.
that they're
Yeah,
using.
yeah,
It's literally the same poster,
Literally the same
but not
posters.
brown and blue this time.
Yeah, and not with Bill Paxton in
No,
it.
it's not.
Just like- I'm like, dude, you just used the same advertise. Like that must have been the cheapest way of just grabbing them and then photoshopping new people into it and going,
Yeah.
I'm a genius.
When we go
I'm a
watch,
genius.
when we go watch that movie next Thursday, how much you want to bet that it's just gonna be a bunch of dads watching it?
Twisters.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah,
I love that
probably,
movie. I
People
like that
are
movie.
over the age of 40. I'm gonna say.
Probably. Yeah.
That movie, I'm not gonna lie. I used to watch Twister a lot
Yeah.
when I was a
Twister
kid.
was
It's
good,
a good movie. It's a really good
really
movie.
cheesy now because you
Is
can
it? Does it not hold up well?
You know what?
I
It
need to
holds up,
rewatch it.
but it's
Yeah.
like, you know how like Dante's Peak.
I love Dante's Peak.
It
I love
hides
Dante's Peak.
miniatures very well in like certain scenes.
Twisters
that you
does
can tell.
not.
Twisters is not. Twisters.
Twisters
Twisters is
does
literally.
not. Yeah, Twister.
Remember the truck scene where it drives through the house?
Yes.
It goes up a set of stairs.
Yes.
But then when it comes out the other end, the house is on its side.
Yes.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it is.
No, because they're climbing up a set of stairs.
I know, but they're climbing up a set of stairs, and the stairs are going up because
But the house is on the side.
I don't care. I gotta rewatch it because I'm almost positive the house is going up in the Twister, and then it goes, and that's why it's going up.
I thought that the house had already dropped to the side. Last
No.
I remember, it was like here, and
No,
then
it's-
they burst through.
Yeah, they burst through, and then that side starts picking up, and then it goes up the stairs, and then they shoot out as it's getting sucked
Okay, well,
into
I gotta
the
watch
Twister.
Twisters. Or I gotta watch Twister.
I've seen that movie a bunch of times. I'm 90% sure.
That was my first.
Bill Paxton movie.
No, my first disaster movie.
Really?
Yeah,
Dante's
Twister.
Peak was mine.
No, Dante's Peak
Ooh,
was
that one and Volcano. I like
Core.
Volcano.
I think it was Deep
Core
Impact
is a good one.
for me.
Which one?
Deep Impact.
Wait,
Impact?
why are you nodding, Sean?
The Core is a terrible movie.
Dude, I
Shut
like
up!
Core.
Shut your
Core
mouth!
is
Bro.
God damn
Wait,
it, dude!
wait.
Hold on.
The Core's concept is horrible.
Yeah.
But the movie
It's good.
is good. That's the thing.
All right, man. I need immunity, all the Xena tapes.
All the Xena tapes and a limited
And
supply of
Hot
Hot
Pockets.
Pockets. They help me concentrate. Love DJ Quells in that
Dude,
movie.
he's great. Come
Love
on.
it. Yeah.
He whistles into the phone. And he's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you got unlimited long distance on this phone.
Forever.
You know, there are people like I understand people have not seen those movies, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but
Core, though, that
Core.
movie's good.
I feel like Core is like one of those movies that's like, if you know, you know.
Plus, that has that great closing song from 30 Seconds to Mars.
Which one?
It's called. I don't want to play it. I'll play it after.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's super good. It's like.
Because that movie came out in 2003. Right?
Yeah.
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 But you know what movie is just as good?
What?
Armageddon.
Yeah.
Come on,
No,
dude.
Okay, a good disaster movie from beginning to end that has actually a good story is The Day After Tomorrow.
Bingo.
The Day After Tomorrow?
Yeah, The Day After Tomorrow is a good disaster.
I'm not gonna lie.
movie with
I don't like that movie.
Really?
I
I
really
feel like
don't
it's
like-
a hit or miss for a lot of people.
I feel like it's really boring.
No,
I feel like
it.
it's super boring.
I
You know,
like it. I've always liked it.
I
yeah.
feel like for some people it's boring because there's just too many concepts going on at once. Like
That's true.
Dante's Peak, Volcano,
That's it.
and
Well-
then Core.
They're just going to the
Volcano?
core.
Volcano. Twister.
A twist.
Dude,
Twister.
I love Volcano, Tommy Lee Jones. Come on. And
But
then
like Day After Tomorrow,
Yeah.
Ice Age, flood,
Yep.
tornadoes,
Tornadoes.
earthquake.
like I get it. The world is ending.
Yeah.
What's the point then?
global warming. is
Global
happening.
warming.
Yeah, that's the point.
I'm not gonna lie. If the entire world is pretty screwed,
You know what's a okay disaster movie?
What?
It has
San
The Rock-
Andreas?
Yeah, I was gonna say The Rock. one.
San Andreas, yeah.
It's
I haven't seen that
okay.
one.
It's okay. You know what's?
it's not bad.
It mostly reminds me of 2012, but 2012 was actually pretty good. I actually
Was
like,
it really?
2012 is
I
alright.
like
2012 is alright.
2012 because I like John Cusack. I also like Woody Harrelson's in it as well
Yeah,
too.
that's true.
Amanda Pete's in it. You know, it's great.
There's some good disaster
Yeah.
movies, dude. But I feel like if I really want to watch a disaster movie, Armageddon's my number one.
Armageddon's not
you know
bad.
what? Armageddon
Yeah.
has the same ridiculous concept as the Core.
Yeah.
It does.
Because for some reason America's solution is nuclear warhead. It's gonna help, guys. Like,
Look,
I-
it helped out with Godzilla.
Yeah.
It'll help out with the Core.
I just
we
I
gotta make sure that in the movie Armageddon, we gotta when we put the nuke inside the comet, it breaks like this. But we gotta do it at zero ground because if it goes before then, it's gonna.
I always thought it's super funny the idea of it's easier to train oil riggers to be astronauts
Yeah.
than astronauts
It's easier to
teach them how
oil
to drill.
riggers to be astronauts than astronauts to
become oil drillers.
riggers. Yeah.
Like it's so much easier where they're just like,
Well,
oh,
because-
only my guys know what they're doing.
Yeah. They just need a drill. That's it. Bruce Willis is great in that movie.
Bruce
honestly.
Willis is really good in that movie.
I love that.
Ben
part
Affleck is amazing.
Yes. And then what is it?
There's
Liv
a lot-
Tyler is just
Dude, Liv
beautiful.
Tyler is in it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really good actors in Armageddon.
Michael Clark Duncan is in it.
He is.
yeah.
What was it? Who?
What do you
Directed Armageddon.
Owen Wilson. I think Jerry
Je-
Bruckheimer.
No, it's Michael Bay.
Is it Michael Bay?
It's,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
Michael.
I know
It's
that.
Michael
I
Bay,
know
produced
that
by
it was
Jerry
someone
Bruckheimer.
that was like, it's a good movie that was directed by a director you wouldn't think.
Billy
it would
Bob
be.
Thornton is in
Billy
it
Bob
too.
Thornton is in it. Yeah. Oh, what was it? Because he kind of does the same thing where he goes, he then takes out a huge loan because he thinks that they're gonna fail. And then as they're coming back, he's like, I owe so much money.
Oh,
Steve Buscemi?
Steve Buscemi's character, yeah. Where because he takes a loan from a loan shark, and then he's like,
Great disaster.
There's that great scene where they're on the asteroid and Steve Buscemi is like playing with the machine gun and he's like, what's going on with him? And then the captain of the ship's like, he's got space dementia. What the hell?
What is that?
Yeah. When just like zoom space dementia.
It's like when did we talk about space dementia?
When was that? Mentioned in the
A
training.
good death in the core though is the scene where the captain is. Wait, is it the same captain? No, it's not the same captain.
Which one?
In the core,
Yeah.
because the guy who is the main captain, how he dies, where just like
Oh yeah, piece of G wood.
no, it's a piece of lava just falls through his helmet, and
Oh,
and he just dies instantly, and you're like,
See, the only death in the core that like is memorable to me is because it's a giant train that's going into the core, right? It's like a drill.
Yeah.
And it's the part where they have to move forward into the drill because the parts behind it are
Is
breaking
that
in.
the French
So
dude?
who stays behind? It's the French dude that stays behind.
no, it's the
No.
French.
Oh,
French.
no,
He's because the French dude is the weapons specialist.
Yes.
So then one of them stays
Oh, the guy
behind
that
the
Is
cart.
Serge.
talks into his the little mic thing. Right?
Yeah, and then it like he stays behind the cart and it detaches and then it just crushes itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only death I remember.
that's Serge because he's talking to him, and then you have him yelling,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, open it, you can open it," and he's just like, and he goes, "Did you already reset the breakers?" He's like, "No." It's like, "Why didn't you?" Because I didn't want to sabotage the entire thing. And they get into a giant fight. It's such a good movie. How do you not like Core, dude? How do you
Hilary
not like
Swank
Core?
is
It's a
in
good
it, too.
movie.
You know what's funny is that out of every movie we mentioned, there's only 2 that actually scored above a 75% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh yeah.
Was it Armageddon?
Armageddon, Day After Tomorrow. Everything else, Dante's Peak is like at a 30. Core
Is
at
it
like
really?
at a
I
40.
love Dante's Peak.
Yeah,
though.
they're not good movies.
What about Volcano?
Volcano,
Tell
I think
me
was at a
Cheese?
50.
Really?
I was researching like disaster movies. 'Cause,
Why?
like, when have we had a good a good disaster movie?
Volcano.
Yeah, how long ago was that?
Dude, that was like 95.
Exactly. I'm
96.
talking about in the last 10 years. Like
Oh,
Twisters
no,
is like
yeah.
the most recent one that we're probably gonna have.
Dude, I love in Volcano where like just Tommy Lee Jones just, all right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna blow up the thing. We're just drop it. It's just like,
All right. Well, we'll revisit the topic of these movies again because Twisters is a sequel to a movie that came out in the 90s,
95?
late 90s. Yeah,
Late 90s.
There's a reason we'll
95?
go back to it. But right now, let's go ahead and move on to comic strips. Are we good with that? Comic strips portion of the show where we talk about topics that don't topics that don't need a 10 to 15 minute conversation.
There we go.
I finished it. It's all good. Are we ready?
You all right there, champ?
Yeah, I'm good. It's been a long day.
It's the pineapple.
It's the what pineapple? What are you talking about?
The shirt?
Oh, I forgot I was wearing the shirt. My bad. Should we start with something small or something a little
Let's
bit
do
lengthy?
something small.
Listen,
small?
I'm always with the girth. I'm a
No, the
girth guy.
girth. I'll give you a girthy one. Tamara Morrison, the actor that played Boba Fett,
Right.
in an interview with Yahoo News, states that he would love to lead an episode of The Mandalorian after Pedro took an episode from the Book of Boba Fett.
I knew
Says he
this,
wants to go in there
that's
and
funny.
kick some serious ass. So
In all fairness, Tamara Morrison loves poking fun.
Yeah,
he,
he
does.
he likes to poke fun.
I don't think it was with the intent to
No,
like.
no.
No, he just
you know,
like he
I
just
deserve my limelight.
no, he just like he likes to poke fun.
Yeah.
He's a really fun person.
I've been wanting to rewatch Book of Boba Fett.
I
Honestly.
don't. I think I'm good.
I also forgot Tamara Morrison is in Dante's Peak.
Full circle right there.
Oh wait, not Dante's Peak.
No, never mind. Take back.
It's the outer. No, it's Oh shoot.
Come on, you're almost there, buddy.
Yeah, I know. Vertical Limit.
We did not mention that
Vertical
movie.
I know,
Well,
but I
it's
totally.
Vertical
I was
Limit.
I was
Not a
watching.
disaster movie.
It's not a disaster movie, but I was watching Vertical Limit the other day.
It's a cliffhanger movie.
Hey, it's a good movie,
Speaking about cliffhangers,
Yeah.
you know what movie?
but it
keeps
does have Bill
popping up?
Paxton in it.
It does, yeah. Huh?
That movie about the 2 climber chicks that get stuck on a tower, fall.
Fall, yeah.
Yeah,
Then you find
Oh.
out that the chick wasn't there. One of
Yeah,
the chicks
she was
not there.
hallucinating
She's
the whole
hallucinating the whole time.
apparently it's getting a sequel.
That's why
Is
you need
it?
to drink water.
That's what you need to drink water.
Or
Remember,
not-
kids.
Remember,
Or-
kids?
Or
Drink water.
not
Drink
climb a crumbling tower. Why would you do
Maybe
that?
don't climb things, okay?
My only question is why, when you went all the way up there, didn't you bring like a parachute or something? So
Yeah.
that way, like when you made it up there, you can go like, all right, cool, I already climbed up here.
Ask the
I just need
same
to jump
people
off.
that decide to climb 100-foot or scale 100-foot like cliffs without any sort of rope or attachment to a wall.
Yeah, but they're on a cliff,
Exactly.
not a pole.
Down, dude.
Not a
200
pole.
feet up in the air, all the way
Hanging
down.
from a cliff.
Get
And
down
that's
from
why
a
they call him Hanger. One of the greatest cliffhangers of all time.
Longer. What?
Nothing. Let me see what other piece of news I have.
Have you
I don't-
seen that movie Cliffhanger with Sylvester Stallone?
Oh
No.
yeah, it's good.
That's a good one.
That also.
Hey guys,
Oh, who does it have in it?
I'm
It's,
the Cliffhanger.
All right, I got a piece of news.
Oh my god,
for
who
you, Nick.
plays who plays Yondu?
Oh, was it? Michael Rooker.
Michael Rooker is in that
Yeah,
movie.
Michael Rooker is in that movie.
Oh, okay.
Michael Rooker is in that movie.
I got a piece of news for you.
Good.
You got me into Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yes,
we
I
went to a
did.
Tournament
We
over
actually-
at
yeah, we
Prime
did.
Time.
We did
Oh,
pretty
you guys
well.
did it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we went. He placed 4th and 5th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was upset.
Yeah,
Really?
I basically won because I stalled.
He,
but I
he
was
stalled.
learning
He
the deck.
stalled. He stalled me into losing.
Oh, you guys fought each other.
We,
at one
in our
point?
in the last round, we both had to duel each other. In the first game, I just bricked. I couldn't do anything. So I
Honestly,
won.
if I would have placed 3rd, I would have told him just give him the win. I don't care.
Because
at that point, yeah,
because 2 of his wins were because he stalled.
yeah.
2 of his wins, like I was like because the guy who won lost to Bryan, but
Actually,
that was
that win was not technically out of a stall. It was a stall, but he was taking so much burn damage.
I know.
It was
but,
like 9,000 life points to like 2,500.
I know, but still, he was taking. Because even I asked the guy, and he was like, "Yeah, man, like I just ran out of time. Like I could have won." He goes, "I had the cards to win. I just,
No, you didn't.
I just lost."
And where did they do it?
Prime time.
Primetime collectibles. It was fun. Geo was cool.
Monday Yu-Gi-Oh!
So
tournaments.
yeah, for
Gio-
beginner friendly,
Yeah.
Gino hosts them. $5 entries. You get when we went, we got 2 packs, and winners usually get like a handful of boosters.
It was the newest box.
Yeah,
So-
they're good, and people there are super friendly. So if you're afraid to play Yu-Gi-Oh because the crowd might be dumb, no.
Social.
Yeah,
worry
dude.
about
It was really cool because everybody there. You're right. Everybody was really cool. I had a great time
Yeah.
with everybody.
People.
And
I don't-
I think I mentioned this to you, and I mentioned it to Rene. I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh in a while because I hate people that just play the meta to win.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone had a personality deck. You were running Blue Eyes. Another guy was running the same deck as he
It
was.
was
It was
so
a Dark
funny.
Magician
It
deck.
was so fun. No, it
and
was.
I had Red Eyes.
Dude, it was so funny because me and him were both like it was our first round. We both didn't know what we had. We're going, and then he goes, "All right, cool. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this." And I started laughing, and he goes, "What?" And I'm like, "Me and you got the same deck, dude." And he goes, "No, we don't." And I'm like, "We have the same deck." And then I played exactly the same cards, and he goes, "No."
That's funny. Wow.
It was so funny. It was
What's
really
the
funny.
what's that creature deck though with the Griffith looking creature with the 2 heads?
Gargoyle?
No, Yugi ran it in one of the seasons.
Oh, I don't know.
I forget, but it was he ran the same deck. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, track athlete Noah Lyles. He is currently an athlete that's competing in the Olympic track and field tryouts and stuff to go to the Olympics this year. He's appeared on the news a couple times already because every time he's about to race, he's pulled out Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So the first time around, he pulled out a Blue Eyes White Dragon. The second time around, he pulled out 2 pieces of Exodia, and then the last time he pulled out 3 pieces. He recently appeared with a dual disc, all 5 pieces, and a Blue Eyes sticking in the main deck.
Please tell me he's running with the dual disc.
I don't think so. They won't allow him to do it. Imagine.
It's a weapon.
I just want to see him. I just want to see him running like it's 5Ds.
He has to pick up
The
momentum
motorcycle,
to
the
summon.
speed counters.
He has a little speed.
He has to pick up momentum to summon a
Yeah.
monster.
That, you know what? That wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't know why Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't do that.
What?
Like Dungeon Dice was a sick concept. I played Dungeon Dice.
It was too expensive.
It was too expensive, but Dungeon Dice was a pretty cool concept.
It was a great concept.
I would love it if they did the 5Ds thing and just did speed counters. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, we'll all be on motorcycles.
5Ds nuts.
5Ds nuts.
You gotta relax, dude. Dennis Villeneuve. Dennis Villeneuve.
Dennis Villeneuve.
He has announced that his next film will release on December 18th, 2026.
Oh,
What is this film?
5D's nuts.
No. Dune Messiah. Dune these nuts.
Yeah.
I was like, are you
Really? So they're already
Dune's
coming out
nuts.
with a third Dune?
Yeah, he's confirmed it. I think that it's kind of a weird announcement the way they did it because Warner Brothers didn't necessarily say they greenlit a third Dune movie.
Yeah.
And
Oh, we
Dennis,
never said that.
Yeah, Dennis was just like, I have an idea, but
Yeah.
I kind of want to work on something else.
Yeah.
And then he came out on Twitter last week. He was like, yeah, it's Dune Messiah.
Hey, script's done.
Basically.
Isn't that good?
Yeah, but not only that, but also that Chalamet boy, he's gonna age. He's eventually gonna age.
I know. No, he'll be like in his 40s and still look the same. That kid's not gonna grow up, dude.
Rubs chocolate on his face.
What's he trying to do? Why is he rubbing chocolate on his
He's
face?
also Willy Wonka.
Oh,
Keep up with the times. Come on, dude.
I don't know why he's throwing. I don't know why he's putting brown stuff on his face.
What did you do?
What do you mean?
Oh, this is just a piece of trash.
Yeah.
He broke your camera.
Who
Dude.
here has played Crazy Taxi?
I have. Are they making a movie?
No.
Please tell me they're making a movie.
Show?
Imagine Crazy Taxi the movie.
A
I'd
porn
love to
parody?
direct-
That'd be
Huh?
sick.
What?
A porn
What?
parody? What would
Why'd
you
you say
call
that?
that? What would you call Crazy Taxi?
Fake
porn?
taxi.
Fake taxi. It's crazy fake taxi. There's a time limit and everything. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Ah, da, 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 da.
That got shot.
That's it for the end of the show, ladies
Right?
and
I
gentlemen.
mean, subscribe.
That's-
Don't forget that hot tour to the subscribe button.
That's how you make it, man.
Spit on that
How
thing.
did you think about that?
I don't know. That just came to me.
So good, dude.
Yeah,
So good.
Because obviously he watches a lot of fake taxi. Come on.
man. That got me through high school.
He was like, I want
I
to.
liked the
I don't
I
even
liked
care.
the
The
ones that are
news is
like,
not gonna
oh,
top
it's,
that, dude.
it kind of broke reality. Like,
I just.
like,
now,
it could happen to you. Like,
now I just want it one day where you get into an Uber and they were like, it's fake Uber, and then you just see Rene. I don't want to do this.
wanna do
And he goes,
the
you want
driver's a man.
He's like, you want to make it home? Take off them
The
pants.
driver's on the app. It said his name was Love Sausage. Like,
That should have been your first hit.
Now I just kind of wish that Fake Taxi would start with yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's just a missed opportunity.
That's gonna only help.
You know
them.
what? You know how like these Uber drivers have gotten like
Yeah.
Dude,
you imagine?
if I was an Uber driver, I would
just
only
start
play.
like that, dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would only, as soon as you jumped in my Uber, I would just go, all right, you ready? And then just immediately play the soundtrack from Crazy Taxi. And then just start driving.
If the person in the back doesn't freak out, they
Yeah.
were not a millennial.
Right.
Yeah, it just. I can do it because I have a convertible.
What's that? Now I just want to be an Uber driver just to do that.
Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Da, 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 da.
That's so good. All right, well,
Where are we gonna go with this? What's the point?
Where were you going with it?
what's the point that Sega announced that Crazy Taxi is going to be coming back as as in what is it, an open world MMO?
Yeah, my thing was better.
Oh, dude, that was such a good, that was a good bit. Oh my god.
You should clip that. That's a.
Well, he's editing the show now.
Clip
You
that,
can clip
please.
that.
Make it real.
Oh my god, that was so good. Whew. All right, well, where am I? All right, let's go ahead and talk about WrestleMania. WrestleMania 40 documentary releases on YouTube to some praise and heavy criticism. Why is that? Well, they've confirmed a couple things. First, the initial plan was not to have Cody fight Roman Reigns, but it was actually for The Rock to face Roman Reigns in WrestleMania 40.
Makes
the only
sense.
reason that Cody took it back was because the audience backlash was too heavy, and The Rock couldn't really do anything besides fold and give it back to Cody. The criticism comes from the fact that apparently this documentary should have come out a couple months ago.
Yeah.
The reason it didn't, rumors say, is because The Rock was not happy with how he was portrayed in the original version of the documentary.
I believe that because he's very much well into his own image. And
You
how
know,
he's
you know
portrayed.
what's funny? The more I hear about The Rock, the more it sounds like he's a douche.
Yeah.
And
No.
like
He's one of those people that basically puts in his movie contract that he's not.
He can't lose.
He can't lose. He can't lose a fight. He doesn't want to be the bad guy. He always wants to be the good guy.
that's why.
And he basically just wants to topple anything that gets thrown at him.
But
Well,
in the Fast and Furious franchise, I never cared for his character.
That's
Habs?
the thing.
Well, that's why. Well, that's one reason why in the Fast and the Furious movies, all of his fights end in a draw. Like between
With
him and
him
Jason
and-
Statham,
yeah. Vin
and
Diesel.
also
And Jason
Vin
Statham is
Diesel.
also the same way about his movie.
Same thing with Vin Diesel too. The other one too is The Rock is just, I don't know. Maybe he got too big. He's just gotten too big.
I think he knows he's a big Hollywood star, and it's gotten to his head.
Because that's the thing, though, is that's the reason why in Snyder's universe we didn't get Black Adam
versus Superman.
No, not even versus Superman versus Shazam.
Yeah, he didn't want to do
because that was
with Shazam.
That was the original plan, is that there was going to be a Black Adam movie, and then the sequel was going to be him versus Shazam, which makes sense.
Yeah,
because that's one of Shazam's biggest villains.
It's so funny that you say that. Like, the more you watch The Rock, the more you think he's kind of a douche. The thing is that a lot of his movies I can watch, and they're pretty fun movies. Like, Black Adam wasn't terrible. It was a good movie. But, like, the fact that he became this individual that can't take losses, it is like an obstacle to him. Because, I'll put it this way. You can't watch the highlights of WrestleMania 40 and not think that was the best WrestleMania of all time. Right? But the behind the scenes of it, with The Rock saying, well, he kind of took my moment. Yeah. Because this was the original plan. It's
when I was watching the documentary, I didn't get that.
Yeah, he was more kind of like, but that's the thing. You could tell, since you said he said that, the way that he's portrayed in the documentary is basically I'm willing to play ball.
Yeah. I'm a team player.
Yeah.
That's basically and you know what, honestly, if they reshot some things, because in an edit it was like, maybe it did kind of come off as I'm not a team, hey, he took my spotlight or anything like that. But hardcore in like the entire thing, he even goes, yeah, I'm a team player.
So
like,
did you see it or no?
I watched it, yeah.
Okay, so because you both have seen it. I haven't seen it yet. Yeah. I'm going to watch Money in the Bank first and then watch the documentary. Okay, yeah. But what was the because I feel like Triple H's interview portions of it, from what I saw that was posted on X, he was very kind of like humble and kind of just like,
he was very neutral.
Yeah,
he didn't so basically, I mean, it's not a spoiler, but in the documentary they basically showcased the idea of, okay, we're gonna lock in Rock and Roman, when this was before the Royal Rumble even started.
The problem was Cody won Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
that was the original plan, right?
It was, so the original lineup bill card for WrestleMania, it was supposed to be Rock versus Roman for the undisputed WWE Championship, and it was supposed to be CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Two things happened at the Royal Rumble. Cody won, and CM Punk got injured.
So where was it that Cody wasn't supposed to be CM Punk then? Was it the fact that he was wrestling injured?
He got
during
injured during
the Royal
match.
Rumble.
Yeah,
during the match, and then that's when they threw him out.
Yeah, because he needed to go to surgery.
You know what? Sucks, but it's kind of a blessing that CM Punk did get injured.
That's the thing.
Because the way I see that entire lineup play is that if CM Punk would have won, knowing that he came back a couple months before, that would have ruined the whole WrestleMania thing.
Yeah. Well, because it looks like CM Punk was set to take Seth Rollins, was meant to take that one, and then it was going to be The Rock winning back the title.
Would you have cared if it was Rock and Roman as someone that's like a neutral party? Like, would it have interested you?
Yeah, I mean, to see The Rock back in the ring is interesting. I enjoy seeing The Rock wrestle. He's really good, but I think that him being the big boss, I feel like him being the boss was a lot more interesting.
That's the thing.
It was a better character.
The final boss, right?
The final boss was a better character than the show.
So in the
Rock.
Yeah. So in the documentary, they made it seem like it was Rock's idea to become the final boss.
Basically,
that is the way that is portrayed. Where he said it to a couple of the producers, where he was like,
and Triple H,
and Triple H of, you're gonna see this new character. You're gonna see this new character that I've come up with. Yeah. You're not gonna see The Rock. You're gonna see the final boss.
Did they show any kind of like, not consolation, but that like togetherness of Roman and The Rock after Cody won?
No. They, in all fairness, it talked more about how The Rock is still vying to fight Cody, where it's going to be a Cody versus Rock fight.
But then that won't make sense, because you don't want to give the Universal Championship to someone who's not going to be there. Because we had the same problem with Roman.
So we'll see. That's the thing. WWE has a lot of planning right now, especially that has to do with the bloodline. One being tonight that Solo had, upon recording, Friday Night SmackDown, Solo has said that he's going to take back the title because Roman Reigns couldn't defend it. And if Roman Reigns wants it, then he has to go through Solo.
Because if we go back to this idea, right, of like you saying The Rock doesn't lose, The Rock's not going to lose to Cody. And that, from a storyline perspective, doesn't make any sense.
That's the thing. Putting the title on Rock doesn't make any sense at all.
See, because I feel like what it was meant to be is you were going to have the bloodline, and it was then going to be Solo. Because you were going to have Roman lose, The Rock was going to hold it, then you were going to have all these things with Solo.
Yeah.
And then Solo was then going to take it, and Solo is the person that's more there. And then you were going to bump Solo up. The problem was that everybody got injured, and then the community went, but we want Cody to be champion.
Yeah.
We don't want Roman to be champion. We don't want the bloodline in charge anymore. We want Cody.
Even Triple H said it. He goes, I can see why fans were upset with the ways that things went. We put so much time into investing in Cody. We give Cody this year to build him up, and just to have The Rock come in and being like, no, I'm going to take it and stuff. He goes, he understood why fans reacted the way that they did.
Because also he was talking about, like, Cody had a huge year this year.
Yeah.
Like, he became tag team champion. He won a bunch of matches. He won SummerSlam. I mean, he won.
Took on Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, took on Brock Lesnar. He goes, there's so many things that Cody did this year where we were setting him up. And on the side, we were setting up The Rock versus Roman. Like, it was another storyline that we were setting up and everything else.
They basically used him as a fluffer.
Well, they told him right before he entered the Royal Rumble, the day of. Triple H told him and told him aside. He goes, hey, it looks like we're going to be doing Rock versus Roman.
That's
at
locked.
WrestleMania. That's locked already. And then, boom, he had to go into the Royal Rumble already knowing that information.
And then he ends up winning.
Yeah.
So he was never originally, because I also heard that he never was originally supposed to point at Roman.
Yeah. And I think he did.
I think he made his own choice.
Cody, you could tell Cody made some decisions
Executive decisions.
Yeah, so on his own
Yeah.
and stuff.
Which honestly, you have to.
Because he said it too. He goes, he went back to his trailer, and he even said it to the camera. He goes, it's up to them now. It's up to the fans and how they want to. Oh, it was after he pointed The Rock as the new challenger, and then he went back to his trailer. He was kind of like in his head. He goes, like, it's up to the fans now. He goes, if I know how my fans are,
they'll speak up.
Yeah, they'll speak up.
No, go on.
No, they'll speak up, and then we'll just go from there. And so
before we move on to the next comic strip, I don't know if you've kept up with the story so far right now that's going on with the Bloodline.
Not really.
So it's interesting because
with Solo, I don't care.
Okay, but here's the interesting aspect of it, because you're right. It doesn't matter right now, but it's building up to a point where I actually want Roman back. Because, again, it goes back to this idea that if CM Punk didn't get injured, we wouldn't be in the position we're at now.
Yeah.
Because right now, Solo has brought in a different faction to be the Bloodline. They killed off Paul Heyman. He's dead. He's not coming back for a while. And you kind of want Roman back. So if CM Punk didn't get injured, we wouldn't have this intensity to want someone we never cared about.
My thing is that I want Roman to take a 2-year sabbatical.
No, that makes sense.
I want him to take 2 years because the thing is that right now you're growing the nostalgia for him. I want at least a year to 2 years because if you just bring him back immediately and then Roman starts going like, I'm in charge of the bloodline again. It's like, okay, whatever.
It makes
like,
sense because I think he's taking a longer break because his dad did pass away.
Now, yes, and bear in mind
he's also still doing treatment too, isn't he?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a bad idea to keep him away from the ring for 2 years because he comes back. Who knows? John Moxley might be done with AEW, and he comes back as Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
And then he bring back the Shield with Seth, Roman, and Dean Ambrose again.
Yeah, and you can do different storylines with Roman.
Yeah.
What does Roman do now that he's not champion? Now that he's not in front of all the cameras? Why not become a hired gun again?
Yeah, that's fine. And I mean, people want that nostalgia. You're not wrong. Bring back the Shield.
That'd be cool if it'd be Shield versus the new Bloodline at Survivor Series, because that's what everyone's saying that they're building up to is this Bloodline Civil War of some sorts that's going to happen at War Games, which is I'll be interested to see that.
Yeah, and I think that would be really sick if you did like a Civil War where it's like one side is like Solo and one side's The Rock or Roman or whatever it is.
Yeah. All right. Well,
There's
let's
a
go
lot we
ahead. There's 2 more pieces of news actually that I do want to mention. Actually, let's do 2 short ones real quick before we move on to a big one.
Okay.
Cobra Kai 6 Part 1 releases July 18th.
I'm excited.
Of this
I've
year.
been
Next week, right?
rewatching Cobra Kai to get ready for it. But I'm a little upset of how the releasing of these episodes are going to be.
Where it's
How
a,
so?
it's A, B, then a movie.
It's 3 parts. July 18th, November, and then it doesn't even have a date. It just says 2025.
It's a movie, you said?
Yeah.
Because
Well,
that's
15. It's 15 episodes. 5 episodes each being released.
No, but that's what they said. They said that the last one is gonna be a movie
Oh, okay.
because that's what Jackie Chan's gonna be in.
Yeah, that's because Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan are
Ralph
teaming
Macchio
up.
and they're bringing Jackie Chan
Yeah.
Oh, is that the movie that they were working on?
Yeah, that's the Karate Kid movie that they're doing.
because they're gonna split the karate. Because they're gonna their finale of Cobra Kai is going to be a movie.
Oh, I thought
And
that
that's
this
when
was
they-
a separate
No.
Karate Kid movie.
No, it sets up the movie that they want to do.
That's why they're using these, and then they're gonna do a Cobra Kai movie with Jackie Chan.
Oh, okay, I'm good with that.
I honestly bring back Jaden Smith. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
He was a
Hilary
solid.
Swank, bring her back. Too.
You know what? I want Hilary Swank back.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
I want Hilary Swank too.
I want because
I think they are.
Well, because that's the thing though. In the commercial, it shows Miyagi was hiding something. Like there's a secret that
Hillary
he doesn't.
Swank's body in the basement.
Daniel-san, I killed the bird. That eagle died. She was gonna report me. There was only one way. There was only one way. I just snapped her neck in the middle of the night.
Now you must carry the secret. To it.
She got too strong.
She did wax on, wax off too well.
There was also a problem. I used your car. You're involved, Daniel-san. You're involved.
Involved. Cops come in.
The other small piece of news is that Miranda Cosgrove recently went on an interview with Variety and said that she believes that this will most likely happen. An iCarly movie will be releasing soon or be worked on soon to wrap up the events of the series that was canceled.
You know what I want? I want a Veronica Mars movie again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't she get a movie a while ago?
Just do it again.
Mars?
Why not bring it back?
No, because at the end of the Veronica Mars movie, it left you on a cliffhanger, and I want to continue that.
All right, sure.
Zoe.
Yeah. Why not?
Was
We're
it
bringing
Zoe
back all
Bell?
these movies.
Kristen Bell.
Kristen Bell? I don't think she's.
Let's talk
She's
about.
gotten older.
She's not that much older. She still looks
Pretty
good.
old.
Let's
She's like in her
talk
40s.
about
old.
James Gunn before we move forward with the big topic.
Yeah.
So,
This is Brian's topic.
my topic?
Yes.
Hell yeah,
You
dude!
like
It's James
even-
freaking Gunn, dude. Hashtag,
Sucking the.
dude.
James Gunn.
Hashtag in Gunn we trust.
In Gun we trust.
In Gunn we trust.
He
dude.
liked it.
He liked it again.
Yeah, he liked it.
Did he?
again.
He liked
He
you.
liked it again, dude. He's noticing my hashtags on his posts.
It's so nice.
And I know that it's him because it's not someone else running his account. It's him.
Yeah,
He actually
it's him,
knows.
kinda.
Honestly, I was talking to this about Andy. I said if James Gunn ever came up to me and said like, "Hey, thanks for posting these on my things. Like, what can I do to like thank you?" I'd be like, "Just give me a job. Just give me a job. I'll intern. I'll work for free.
That'd be
I'll
so
get you
funny if
coffee.
he's like, "Oh, I can't do that.
I'll be a PA.
I'll blow you like that. That's cool." Like,
No.
Right?
like I can.
I
Like,
was
I-
thinking
I-
more of a sexual kind of
Like, listen,
payback.
I'm not gonna help your career here. Like, you put a tweet out. Like, I'm not.
All I did was made a comment. You know?
Like, you commented a tweet.
I figured that's good for a blowjay. Okay?
Yeah,
Like,
maybe a handy.
In all
Like,
seriousness, I would ask for a job.
yeah,
That's all I would do.
I got a great soundtrack for the blow.
that'd be so funny. And he's like, "Oh, you know what? I have a job for you. Get on your knees."
Stop, dude. Don't ruin the dream for me. Anyways, so a couple things have been announced.
Starman. That's what he's gonna play. That's what
Did
he's
he
gonna
play
play.
that song in one of the Guardians
Yeah,
movies?
Was it Starman?
I don't know.
Starman in one of the Guardians. I mean, it sounds like a movie he would
It
use.
sounds
Yeah,
right.
so-
Anyway, so a couple leaks have been showed off over the last couple of days because they've been filming. More specifically, Christopher Reeve's son will have a cameo in the Superman film as a reporter for
Yeah.
the Daily Planet, which is great.
Good for him.
Other leaks that have been seen and roaming the
Don't
internet
ride any horses.
is we've seen Superman in several poses, specifically a couple poses where he's flying and jumping up to go and fly. There's a pose of him actually doing the iconic, stance when he's holding the tank.
Yeah.
They're doing that. We also got to see Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, and
Yes.
Hawkgirl
Yes.
in uniform,
Yes.
leading to the speculation that this is Maxwell Lord's Justice League.
I don't understand. Okay, this is what irritates the hell out of me.
Okay.
So I don't understand why people look at concept art and then they were like, "This is what we were expecting. What is this?" And then it's like, "Oh my God, he looks so stupid. Oh, why does he look dumb?" And everything else.
Snyderverse.
Yeah. Why isn't it isn't it tight fitting and darker? I don't understand.
Batman was Nolan's.
Here's the thing that doesn't make any sense. For one, it's a costume that is brighter. Not only that, but also it does not have CGI. So we don't know what it actually looks like.
Edited, yeah.
It's not edited. We have no idea what's going to be on Guy Gardner. We don't know what he's going to actually look like. It's just a costume.
We don't even know what scene this is for.
Yes. It may be cut for all we know.
Yeah.
Hot Girl. People are going like, she looks dumb. I don't like Hot Girl. She looks, you know what? The CW
was better.
I saw people say the CW's was better, and I was like, they look almost identical. First off,
Should have been Flash.
yeah, like it's just so dumb, dude. The people, you really need to get off of their,
I was
off
thinking
of James Gunn's nuts, dude.
Yeah.
And they really got to get off of him and just go like, make the movie. That's it.
It goes back to the point that Nick shared on the chat.
Yeah.
Where he shared a post on Facebook that
Oh,
talked about how
yeah,
like people were
dude.
saying like James Gunn is an asshole for not allowing Zack Snyder to finish the Snyderverse, and this is why
Make it
James
an
Gunn's-
Elseworlds.
First
If,
of all,
if
that
they
was
were
the
friends,
studio's decision not to do that. That's the thing.
yeah.
Was
Oh
it?
yeah. If they were friends, then
Yeah.
maybe then he would be doing some pulls. so that way that we
Christopher
would get-
Nolan and Zack Snyder are friends,
That's
and
not
they
how that
both help each
works.
other. And it's like, dude, I showed Andy that post,
Yeah.
and what's the first thing she said to me? People need to get over it.
Like, seriously.
Seriously.
She's just like, I don't care. I showed her all the leaks. She's actually excited for the Superman.
Yeah.
She asked me, she's like, wait, is Lois Lane in this movie? I'm like, yeah, there's a leak that happened where you see Superman and Lois Lane flying up slowly. And she's like, that's my movie. And I'm like, yeah, that's what we want.
He's so hopeful. You know what I really like? I like Superman. Okay, now that I'm gonna say it, he's playing with kids, and like it looks really fun. Like it just looks like Superman being Superman and being really happy because he's like landing and like kids are like, "Oh my God, it's Superman!" And they're super excited to see him. And he's just like, "Hey kids, what's up?" And he's not like Dr. disrespecting it, but I mean like he's like, he's super excited about like hanging out with kids.
Do you remember that kid interaction that Henry Cavill had in the beginning of Justice League?
Where it was like a phone.
Yeah, it was a phone, and he's like, "Oh yeah, so like, how many people have you saved? No, how many? Like, what does the S stand for?"
Or remember in Shazam,
Dumbest
he appears
thing.
not even fully faced. He's just like the bottom half.
Yeah.
That was it. I brought this up before we started recording. I just finished My Adventures with Superman season
Yeah,
1.
you did.
Yeah.
And I told you, I'm like, you know what I realized about Zack Snyder's Superman? It's a god.
Yeah,
it's
that's
not a
always
hero.
what he said. That's
Yeah.
all he said.
And
for
then
years.
My Adventures with Superman, we're getting a hopeful hero. The symbol of hope is alive.
If they were to take Clark Kent and Superman from My Adventures with Superman, and they were like, "That's what we're going to be doing for the Superman movie," I'm okay
100%
with
okay with that.
that. I'm okay
It
with
was
that.
annoying because I was rewatching Man of Steel and then watching BVS.
I saw
it
that
was,
one.
it was annoying to just see Lex Luthor constantly bring up like taming a god, and then just constantly just being like all these analogies. He's like, "I don't hate the sinner, I hate the sin," and I'm like, "God damn, dude, like, jeez, like we get it. It's God. He's God."
You think that? Look,
Well, that's the thing in Man of Steel too, because Pa Kent only talks about him like he's Jesus,
Yes.
and like he's like the Messiah. Like, oh, the people.
yeah,
aren't gonna,
that's what. Okay,
people
Yeah.
aren't going to be like ready for you, and
Like
you
the
have to
whole
be ready
idea
for
of
them.
like, oh yeah, there's kids trapped in this truck during a tornado. You stay, even though you're a god. I'll save them. Like,
Yeah.
like
So
dude.
in My Adventures with Superman, I got to the scene where they invite Lois's dad
yeah.
to the Thanksgiving dinner.
Yes.
And Pa Kent is literally like sitting by the oven watching the turkey because there's a process that needs to happen. And Clark Kent's mom is like super nice and like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
so proud of my son who's like a journalist and does this and that. She's got an opinion. She's like a mother.
Oh my God, they love him.
Yeah. And I'm like, wow, dude.
They're parents.
They're parents to a child. Like,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
They adopted a kid and they love him.
Oh, I forgot.
Not
This
like
is
Kevin Costner being like, you shouldn't have saved those kids. Like, what the
Because
hell?
you know what's
How
the
dare
problem?
you.
How
This
dare
is the
you
problem that I have with Zack Snyder's
use your
Superman. I think I
powers.
figured it out. It's the God factor, right?
Yeah, we've all been
but
saying
it's,
that.
But it's not just the God factor that bothers me so much. I've started to realize that it's like you have the solution in front of you, but I can't do anything because it's too easy. That's kind of the excuse that the Man of Steel has.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we have to complicate things for Superman because he's already a god.
Yeah.
But in My Adventures with Superman, he's learning his powers. He's not just fighting a fight outside. He's fighting the emotional battle too.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but also the hardest part, because I really like Superman versus the Elite.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Where
good. That's good.
I love that movie because Superman even talks about it, where he goes, "You don't understand what I have to go through."
Yeah.
Of knowing that if I accidentally go too far, even once, I could kill someone. I could destroy someone's entire life. Even if I were just to slightly punch you, just with 10% of my strength, I could destroy you. And you don't understand what that means. I live in a world of glass.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's like, oh my God, like Superman is like, when you think about it, Superman is always barely touching things. He has to like diminish the way that he touches everything because
There's restraint.
there's so much restraint
Yeah.
that he has to have. And he
In
knows.
Man of Steel, nah, dude, that
Dude,
dude messed up.
Man of Steel, he's like, boom, baby! That guy's dead! Bye, Zod!
didn't care for anybody.
Yeah,
dude.
man.
Even Batfleck got mad at it. He's just like, you basically destroyed all Metropolis. I had to run into your freaking dust cloud and go save a child.
Listen, it's not okay when you go up and you're like, oh, satellite, ground. I'm going to drop it on him. I'm just going to drop a satellite on him. But just carry this satellite and just wreck it through this building. I'm going to take out that ship.
It's just, I miss that idea. And I feel like Man of Steel was cool for its time, but it doesn't evolve well.
I also really like My Adventures in Superman because I like the fact that Superman is winning, but also he has civilians around him.
Yeah.
And he's taking shots because he's trying to protect people.
Yeah.
And like he's flying around and he's getting in the way of like shots, and that's how he's getting hit, and that's
It's a
how he's getting
symbol
hurt.
of hope. He
Yeah.
cares about the people around him, which is great. It's
not,
good.
No, not in this one. This one, he's just drowning babies in like. It's Snyder's.
Listen, collateral damage. It's fine, dude.
It's Snyder's. I feel like he's just
fine.
like putting babies over a fire, just going like he's not cooked yet. Like it's just bad, dude. I also hate it too because all these leaks are coming out, and then Snyder's now coming out going like, "Happy anniversary of the Justice League movie, 5th anniversary or something like that."
5th anniversary.
It's gonna
came out in
be-
like 2014.
It was
I think.
yeah, but it no of the Snyderverse of the Snyder cut. So we're gonna which one? It's gonna be black and white. We're gonna put it in theaters, and then you have like all these people go like, "Bring back the Snyderverse, Snyder cut, yada yada yada." And it's like, dude, you guys hated this movie.
I know.
You all hated this. Like you hated the Snyderverse. Why are you all talking about it
You know,
like it's God's gift?
That's what really baffles me when it comes to, you know, you had all these people that would just critique the hell out of the Snyderverse and be like, Stacy's too dark. Oh, this is all the characters are not comic book accurate. And
Amy
then now
Adams
we have
doesn't
this
fit Lois Lane.
yeah, and then we have, you know, now we have James Gunn rebooting the universe, and everyone's like, I don't like it. Bring back the Snyderverse. Like, what the hell?
Again, man. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, come on. You got to pick a lane. You
this
really got to
point,
pick a lane and stick to
Yeah,
it.
look, Superman chose Lois.
Like it's just so it's so weird. And you know what? Let's see what concept arts look like. Like, because as of right now, not concept art. Let's see what the official arts look like. Because
Or
with
just
all
wait for
these
the trailer.
all these leaks are coming out and everything else, I imagine with all the footage that they're shooting, they're putting together a trailer for Comic-Con.
Did people forget how Superman has iconic things about him? Like, I feel like people are so stuck on Zack Snyder's Superman that they forgot that, like, Superman has features that make him unique.
Yeah.
The phone booth changing,
Yeah.
ripping the shirt off to show the S. I mean, it's like, you can't have that we can't have that Superman anymore.
No, but I not only that, but also what I want to see is I want to see the Boy Scout. I want to see a Boy Scout. I want to see the guy who's like, oh, we can't kill him. We have to figure out another way to stop him. Like he's destroying, like Brainiac is destroying the city, but I can't kill him because of this. Like he deserves to live. I have to figure out another way of destroying him or doing anything else. Or he has, you know, Lex Luthor in his thing, and if I destroy Brainiac, it kills Lex. So I can't kill Brainiac, so I have to figure out another way. That's like a huge thing in Superman comics because Superman never wants to kill. He doesn't want to kill. He's always a Boy Scout, and that's like one of the big things that really like makes Batman and him kind of like butt heads.
Yeah.
Where it's like, dude, you're too much of a Boy Scout. We got to break some rules.
So I'm laughing because I could just imagine, us about to record on like after release of Superman film, and Rene, we asked Rene, "Hey, how's your day going?" He's just like, "The amount of people I had to kick out of the store today, man, coming in here telling me that James Gunn's Superman just not good. I almost lost it, dude. Almost snapped someone's neck."
Don't get me wrong. I feel like, is there a possibility it could be bad? Yeah.
Possibly.
It's possible.
I mean, any movie could be bad. We don't know. We haven't seen anything. But at the same time, it's like you can't be excited for something like this.
When you don't know
The
what
thing-
the movie is.
The thing is, though, given James Gunn's track record so far with DC properties, you have Peacemaker, The Suicide Squad, all great films and shows. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He knows how to at least take a character and make it likable.
So your Batman sticker reminded me of something. Remember when Batman Cape Crusader was announced?
Yeah.
And people lost it. The trailer came out. Still looks good. I'm super interested in it. Like people,
it looks sick. I'm really excited.
I'm super excited for Cape Crusader. It looks good.
It looks really, really good. And it's Bruce Timm. And
Bruce Timm said that this is basically like Batman in week 2 of being Batman.
Yeah.
This is
It's
how-
a younger
that's-
Batman.
That's how
so it's
early this Batman
the animated
is.
series kind of look or
Yeah.
style of it.
That's how early this Batman is into his career as Batman. He's only
week
like in
2.
week 2 of being Batman.
Which makes sense too, and that also explains why his rogues gallery is like so abundant.
Yeah.
And I do like that they're using some of the weirder ones. So
You know, people don't like the Batman.
Really?
the Batman.
Matt Reeves.
Oh, who?
I don't know. I've like
Dumb people or like? Are they,
I've literally had a person come in.
Were they
and
dropped?
It was a couple. Like a couple came in, and the girlfriend was. I was watching the Batman, and she's like, "Oh, I don't like this part. When he takes off his mask, he has like all the black makeup on his eyes." And I'm like, you do realize that in every single movie, each actor has had black makeup on in their eyes. She goes, "Yeah," and I go, "When they take it off, it's magically gone. Doesn't that kind of break continuity a bit?" And she's like, "Well, it's just, it makes sense that they don't show it because it just looks ridiculous." And I'm like, well, the director decided to be more realistic of how he takes off his cowl. That's the thing.
you know what? Speaking of which, Matt Reeves' Batman looked kind of dumb without CGI when he was on the bike and everything else.
Oh, yeah?
Remember, he doesn't have a cape or anything like
yeah.
that. and
Oh.
He doesn't, like, he was missing a lot of stuff, and like all of a sudden they were like,
He rode a bike in the Batman?
At the end of the movie.
the end of the movie, he's riding a motorcycle.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
And when you saw like the test footage of it, he doesn't have the cape.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because it will get caught
in the wheel.
in the wheel. Like logistically, he could die.
Yeah.
So
The stuntman could die.
yeah, so they CGI the
No
cape.
capes.
They CGI the cape, and everybody was like, "Why doesn't Batman have a cape? This is dumb."
remember Thunder?
Wait, in the movie he had a cape.
In the movie, they
But in the-
CGI'd the cape, but in the pictures, he didn't have a cape. People were like, "Why
On the
doesn't
set
Batman have a
photos-
cape?"
The set photos, Batman didn't have a cape, and everyone was critiquing the hell out of it.
They were like, "Why did he take
Why
off his
did-
cape?"
Yeah, why did he take off his cape when really it was in post production? They added
In the post production, yeah, because it's dangerous.
This isn't part of comic strips because we're already done. But talking about the Batman, did you know that they canceled the Arkham series?
Yeah,
that was
I
supposed
saw
to
that,
happen.
yeah.
That was supposed to
Which one?
continue. The Arkham Asylum series that was supposed to happen
yeah.
with
Warner
the
Brothers
Batman
scrapped
universe.
it. Yeah.
But the Penguin,
The Penguin show is still going,
Yeah, it's still
September
going
8th.
on. Yeah.
and they said that Batman 2 is still
It's
It's
still
still
a
in
thing.
development.
Yeah. It's still a thing. James Gunn doesn't want to scrap that. He goes, there's a reason why it did so well.
it doesn't need to connect to the universe.
No.
I'm okay with
Yeah.
it just being the way it is.
In all fairness, if they did connect it,
Multiverse it.
honestly, I would like seeing Pattinson in this universe.
Yeah,
It makes total
that
sense.
would be cool.
They would look sick next to each other.
Oh, yeah. This Superman and then Robert Pattinson
I don't
Batman.
know what's the song. that
Being
plays?
best friends,
What?
Yeah.
Being best friends.
dude.
My best
You know what I want?
friend.
I want a Superman and a Batman that are best friends.
Yes.
Make them friends, because that's what they are. They aren't always fighting. Like, they're on different sides
They're
of
not
like.
even bickering half the time.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like questioning each other's. I love, like, the best iteration of Batman and Superman's relationship is in the comics right now of World's Finest.
Uh-huh.
Because it's so good. It's so great. You have this great banter between both Batman and Superman, and they're both critiquing each other's like ways of how they do stuff and how they have sidekicks and stuff like that. Super good.
So it's funny that you bring that up because I think the best, again, only because it's my favorite animated movie, Justice League Doom. But I always love how the relationship with Batman and Superman in the Justice League is that Superman has so much faith in certain things that sometimes he becomes kind of arrogant when he talks to Batman.
Yeah.
And so that line of just like, so what was your contingency plan? The Justice League.
Yeah.
And Superman just goes, all right.
Yeah.
I see you. I see you, Bruce.
I also love Public Enemy because that's
Public Enemy.
Public Enemy is a great animated movie, and it's when Batman goes all the way up inside of the space, inside of like the Batman / Superman rocket that Toyman made, and he goes all the way up, and then he hits the meteorite and he explodes. And then Lex Luthor is laughing about it, and you see Superman grab him by the chest, and he gets all pissed off, and he dents like his suit, and he's like, "You just killed my best friend," and he just starts punching him. And you're like, "Oh my god!"
Another good line is when Batman gets shot with a kryptonite bullet. Oh, no, Superman gets shot with a kryptonite bullet, and Batman's trying to like take it out, and he's telling him, he goes,
that's in Justice League Doom, right?
No, that's Batman. It's Batman Public Enemies.
It's in the same one.
So basically, Metallo shoots him with a kryptonite bullet, and then Batman's trying to take it out before the wound closes and stuff like that. And then he goes, "Can you get it out?" He goes, "Well, to get there, I need to move faster than your wound closing." And then he goes, "When's the Flash where you need him?" He goes, "Do me a favor, lose a sense of humor." And then Superman goes, "Do yourself a favor, buy one." It's so great. It's great bantering.
Isn't that the scene where he uses the kryptonite to basically put a laser through it?
No,
so
that's Doom.
That's Doom.
Doom.
Yeah.
So
He gets shot a lot.
He gets shot. Shooting
It's
him with
the go-to thing that
kryptonite.
Warner Brothers likes to do.
Kryptonite
Boom,
bullet.
shoot Superman with a kryptonite
symbol of
bullet.
hope.
Yeah.
Its only weakness.
In all fairness,
It's a
even
bullet.
in all fairness,
green
even
rock.
even in Snyder's universe, they said that what was it? I think it was Deadshot. Will Smith's character
Oh, yeah.
shot him with a kryptonite bullet. That's why he was in jail.
Yeah,
That's
what he's
right.
in
Yeah.
there.
He was in jail.
Damn, dude.
I always liked the Justice League.
Kill the American Hope.
Bloodsport.
Yeah.
Bloodsport also shot Superman.
With a
It's a
kryptonite bullet?
sign,
No, he
dude.
did not.
Yeah, that's why he was in jail.
It's a.
They all
sign.
shot Superman with a kryptonite.
He shot
Was it all the
Superman.
same bullet?
I don't know.
I'm telling you guys.
They trading
dude.
bullets?
I'm telling you, it's a sign.
Listen,
America's symbol of hope gets shot down.
Yeah.
You know what? But I also want those hard moments too. Like I really like in the Justice League animated series where Batman refused to accept Superman's death.
Yeah.
Where he was just like Archie, where even Alfred goes, "Are you going to go to the funeral?" And he goes, "Why? He's not dead. He can't die."
That was after the death of Superman. Yeah.
And then what was it? And then he finally is like, he's going through everything else, and then he finally goes to like Superman's grave, and he's just like, I couldn't believe it. And then he like tells him how much he means to him, and the things that like I only did the things I did because you were the symbol of hope to me. And then he hears like an explosion go off in the distance, and he just goes, "What'd you call it, Clark? The never-ending battle." And it just cuts, and you were just like, "Oh my god, dude, they're friends." Like, if you're gonna put a Batman in this universe, make them friends, make them best friends,
Make them snarky friends.
yeah, make them snarky friends because it's hilarious.
Yeah. I could see that. I think James Gunn can pull it off.
Yeah.
Didn't they? There's 2 more leaks that supposedly were shown. Is that Cincinnati is teasing the fact that they're going to be filming there in a couple of weeks, and one of the buildings
It's
there,
going to be the Justice League. Yeah.
the Hall of Justice is what they're going to be supposedly shooting over there.
Well, because it's based off of the Cincinnati Art Museum.
Yeah.
That's what the original art design was for. So they were like, "This is where we're going.
And
Let's do it."
wasn't John Cena seen around set with the Peacemaker costume as well, or is it because they're already starting to shoot Peacemaker season 2?
I don't know, but who knows? Maybe Peacemaker is doing something. Maybe Peacemaker's in the movie. Who knows?
I wouldn't mind
That's
that.
a cameo. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
that because this is the one with Blue Beetle as well, right?
Yeah, it's
Or
the
is
same
that-
universe.
It's the same universe.
Blue
as
Beetle is also.
He's
That's my thing. That's the only thing I'm kind of interested in. Is I'm really interested to see how they're going to mix everything.
James Gunn.
Forward.
How are we? What are we just going to say that Snyder's universe doesn't count, and we're just going to say Henry Cavill's gone, or are we going to say, oh yeah, after the Flash, everything changed? Like what?
It makes sense because at the season 1 of Peacemaker, you have Snyder's Justice League members, standing member.
Oh,
Just
that's
Henry
right.
Cavill and everybody
You
else.
guys are already late, and stuff. And it's
Yeah, go-
It's Jason Momoa,
He's like, why don't you go have a dolphin?
Ezra Miller as Flash, and a Gal Gadot lookalike, and a Superman, and a
Wonder Woman.
and, yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah, they show up at the very end. So that's why I'm saying I don't know how they're gonna like combine the universes and go, yeah, Ben Affleck's no longer Batman and Gal Gadot's not here and everything
The
like
Flash.
that. And
Because
we had
remember
the Flash,
timeline happened and we get George Clooney Batman instead of
but then they
Batfleck.
scrapped that too. So who knows? So that's the only thing I'm curious about. How are we fixing that?
We'll see.
What's
see
the
what
thing that's
Only
gonna make
time will
sense?
tell. We have to
We'll
watch
see
the
what
movie.
happens.
Yeah.
All right, well, we exhausted this topic, so let's talk about the thing that Nick wanted to talk about. That was
20
the main
minutes
topic.
left.
20 minutes? Yeah, I think it's fine. We can talk about it in 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
You wanted to talk about how Hollywood's bringing back a bunch of 80s movies.
Yeah, man, it's so interesting. I ended up watching Axel Foley over the weekend.
Over the years?
Over the years.
You took more than a year to watch.
I did watch the Beverly Hills Cop movies over the years I've been watching. But yes, Axel. I thought it was weird that they called it Axel F. It's that's the name of the. It's Beverly Hills Cop Axel F.
Axel F.
Yeah,
How is that movie actually really good?
I enjoyed it a lot.
Did you enjoy it the same way you enjoyed Bad Boys?
Yes.
Does it
it's
have the
still-
same punch?
It does. So it has the same fun from a Beverly Hills Cop movie.
How many Beverly Hills Cops are there? I've seen the
4.
first one.
There's 5. No, 4. There'd be 4. This would be number 4. Not only that, but also, I'm not gonna lie, Eddie Murphy's aged really well.
Yeah, he has.
He really does not
How
look
old
any
is he?
different. He's like in his
50s.
He's like in his late 50s.
If we had our Alfred in the computer, we would know.
He has like he's in his late 50s, maybe early 60s.
He's aged pretty well.
He doesn't look like he's aged a day.
So what's Beverly Hills Cop about?
The idea is that Axel Foley's estranged daughter is living in Beverly Hills. She takes on a client.
This is the
she's
new
a-
one you're talking about,
Yeah,
right?
she's a defense lawyer, and the people that actually committed the murder are now threatening his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Axel then comes to Beverly Hills to help her figure out what is going on and who's committing these crimes. And then Billy.
He's got no jurisdiction.
He has no jurisdiction, and the cops that he had before, one is missing and one's the chief now.
Yeah.
You know what would piss you off? If they rebooted Die Hard.
No,
No?
I can see that happening.
Really? Without Bruce Willis?
That was the original
Well,
plan,
yeah, Bruce
though.
Willis can't remember.
I know
crap,
he can't do anything more.
Yeah.
But it's like,
He doesn't mean.
Right? He's
poor-
on the set of the new Die Hard.
oh my God.
Where am I? This is Nakatomi.
You can't
building.
read lines.
Oh, okay.
And that's why
He just walks out.
I think that's also why Judi Dench and Jack Nicholson are retired as well. They also have like mild dementia.
Would you want a rebooted Die Hard?
No.
You'd be okay with it?
I'd be okay with it. You
You
know who you cast
Who?
as Hans Gruber?
Who?
Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And who would you cast as, I forget his name.
Channing Tatum.
No, I actually would go with the dude from what's it called? From Twisters.
Glenn Powell?
Oh, Glenn Powell.
I would go with Glenn Powell.
No.
Maybe.
No, I'd go more with Channing Tatum.
Because I want.
But I feel like there's
I
someone
want Channing
better.
Tatum to, because he can do crap. He can
He
move
can.
around.
The only thing is that I feel like Channing Tatum is too old now.
Well, how old was Bruce Willis when he did?
He was like
Die
in his
Hard?
He was like in his 30s. He was like in his late 30s,
And
40s.
Channing Tatum's only what?
45.
He's like 45.
Alfred.
46. How old is
Look
Channing
us up.
Tatum?
Look up Channing Tatum.
Look up two things. How old was Bruce Willis in the first Die Hard movie, and how old is Channing Tatum now?
We got to do some math. Tell us how old Bruce Willis is now, then find out the release date
Because he was on
of
he
Die
was on
Hard.
he was on Moonlighting, but he didn't get Moonlighting until he was like
Or
in his
Benedict
mid-30s.
Cumberbatch as Hans Gruber.
He was 33 years old.
Bruce
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis in the first Die Hard, he was 33.
How old is Channing Tatum now?
42.
I think he's 46.
I say he's 40,
Price is Right rules?
maybe.
I say 42. He said 40. He says 46.
44.
Oh, you went over. I
Who?
got closer. You.
Yeah.
You said 46.
Oh.
Yeah, we were technically.
We're all in the
apart.
same.
Yeah,
we're all in the same ballpark.
But then it's either
Danny
what is it?
DeVito and Die Hard. So, anyways, I just started blasting.
No, dude, he's Wolverine.
Oh
Dude,
god.
he's Wolverine. Wolverine. You know what? If that isn't one of the variants in Deadpool, I'm gonna be so upset. That should have been a variant. But my big thing is that for Axel Foley,
Yeah.
it not only was it good, it also was able to blend in the like 90s action the 80s to 90s action movie and modernize it a lot. It does a whole lot. It does a lot of lifting.
It's funny how these 80s movie reboots are the ones that are succeeding the most.
Yes.
Like, I'll put it this way. I love the original Footloose. The new one, not bad, but also it's not great.
It's not great.
But you get movies like Top Gun. Top Gun Maverick, Academy Award-winning Top Gun.
But
Maverick.
I feel like that also has to do with the actors coming back and really being into it and being like, I'm gonna do it. Like if you go Independence Day, the biggest flaw to that movie is that you don't have the charisma of Will Smith.
Yes.
In
but
the movie.
If we're gonna look at another movie like Bad Boys didn't work because Martin Lawrence and Will Smith came back. It worked because the directors that took over after
they love those movies.
They love those movies, and they said, okay, well, how can we make Bad Boys not Bad Boys, but also keep it like Bad Boys?
Yes.
Let's film it differently.
How do we organically evolve these
and
characters?
Made it good. Like the character, you had good character progression.
It started out really good.
Great camera work.
The first thing that in the new Bad Boys movie is that they're going somewhere, and it's immediately into Will Smith's wedding.
We don't waste time.
Yeah. The thing I do like about this one is it does the same thing, where you hear that Axel Foley has been suspended because apparently he's been harassing this one criminal, and the criminal made a complaint, and they're at a Red Wings game and they're watching it, and he has a partner that's with him, and the partner's like, man, I'm so excited to be like with you, like you're a legend, and he's talking him up, and then he goes, I didn't think you were into hockey, and he goes into a whole thing about like why exactly he couldn't be into hockey, and then he goes, so why did you want to come to a hockey game? I've been offering, you never wanted to go, and he goes, well, it's because of that guy. And then he points at one of the security guards.
That was the person he was harassing.
Yeah, he points at one of the security guards and he goes, who's that? And he goes, well, that guy's a criminal. And you saw him committing a crime and you told me that we needed to arrest him. So we're going to go down there. So it's very Axel Foley of him of going, let's go get you that promotion. We're going to say that you did this. And that way I can get my criminal.
You saying that reminded me of another movie. And I feel like it would be really good to do it, but they needed to do it in the next like 5 to 6 years.
Yeah.
Which one?
Rush Hour.
They said that they want to do another Rush Hour.
That or Lethal Weapon.
They are working on a Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, they are.
Well, you know what's funny? I did watch the show Lethal Weapon.
It's actually really good.
It's actually a really good show. It's a good depict of the characters, of the relationship of Murtaugh and Riggs.
There's only one problem. Season 2.
Season 2, yeah.
After season 2, it goes downhill.
Strong first season.
Season 2 is really good.
Yeah, they do the good wrap up of like, oh yeah, like how did Riggs lose his wife, and then they do this whole mystery of like what was the reason why his wife was killed and stuff like that. And they do a great job of also showing Murtaugh adapting to the lifestyle of having a partner like Riggs and stuff. And they show the relationship between Riggs and Murtaugh so well.
It's beautiful.
Damian Wayans does a great job of playing Murtaugh of this family man / cop that's been doing it for a while and stuff. Like, I didn't think Damian Wayne could have pulled it off. I knew he was a good choice.
No, he does a really good job.
He does a great job of playing this
character. And then there's a problem with the actor that was playing Riggs.
Yeah.
So instead of going, okay, we're just going to recast, they go, well, we don't need Riggs. Let's just kill him off.
They finished off his story in the end.
Yeah, they finish off his story, and then he gets assassinated. Yeah. And then, like, that's the end of one season, and then the third season comes back, and then they recasted him with the dude who played Stifler.
Oh, yeah, Sean William Scott.
Yeah, they were like, oh, yeah, he's your new partner. And
it's essentially the new Riggs.
Yeah, and basically he does all the same things that Riggs does, but it's not Riggs.
That's the thing. At the end of the day, it's not Riggs. Could have just easily recast him and make him Riggs. I would have bought it. He plays the same type of character.
Yeah, it plays basically the same thing. Yeah. It's just, but the guy who plays Riggs was really good.
No,
he was really good.
He was very charming
because he was like a Texas Ranger.
Yeah.
So he did like more of like a Southern Riggs, which was really fun.
Rebooted 80s action movies, even or early 90s movies, they're probably going to find success because people want to revamp and remodernize.
Well, that's the thing though, is that because there's a lot of like proof that it works of like revamping these things.
They did it for Rocky.
They did do it for Rocky.
Yeah, well, Creed, okay, and this is because we talked about Creed, and I feel like Creed counts because of a technicality.
Because Rocky's still in it.
Because Rocky's still in it. But it's not technically a reboot because it's a continuation of the story from a different perspective.
I feel like it's a reboot sequel.
Yes.
Because it's weird because they're rebooting the franchise. They're putting more life into the franchise.
Yes.
It was dead before. We're bringing it back. But
it's a great grandson.
Yeah, but we're bringing it back the next generation, and we're gonna have Rocky there to pass the torch.
Yeah,
and that makes sense because if you made a Creed movie where it was like Adonis is coming back, but the only person he wants to fight is 80-year-old Rocky Balboa. It's like that is not a boxing movie. No. That's called that's just called elderly abuse. that's called.
Like, okay, so like if they're gonna bring back Cobra Kai, right? Cobra Kai, great series based off a franchise that came out in the 80s, right?
And a perfect idea also to go on a different path.
If we look at Cobra Kai, the reason it worked was because the team that worked behind it loved the original franchise and wanted to modernize it. They wanted to tell a different story. Creed works the same way, and I think it's more similar to the resurrection that Cobra Kai had when it came to Karate Kid. Top Gun and Bad Boys are in the same level. And the reason why is because, yes, you're bringing back the actors that worked on the original movie, but the difference between those movies being brought back and modernized in the era is because they took the idea of what made these movies work and said, well, let's spice it up, right? In the original Top Gun, we couldn't get the actors inside the actual cockpits and film them. Let's do this.
Yeah, how do we make the audience feel like they're fighter pilots?
Exactly. Now, in Bad Boys, these characters are bad boys.
But
right?
What do we do when they're getting older?
What do we do to get the audience involved in the action? And we were brought into the action.
True, and that's what you have like that, like the swivel scene. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I do.
I'm thinking Twisters, and I'm like, how do you improve Twister to Twisters?
I'm telling you right now. If that movie is not a shot for shot of the original Twisters, and they just don't go, but there's two now, and that's it, because they're talking about the Dorothy thing like it's a new concept.
I'm gonna laugh if there's a line that's just like, okay, we've done this once. Now there's two. If Nick starts laughing, I'm gonna have to walk out.
If I start dying, honestly,
I can't do this,
dude. If they go, it's bad. There's two. I'm just gonna.
This is worse.
No, but the thing is that the concept of Twister and Twisters is totally different.
It's just an S.
No, because in Twister, they wanted to improve the aware system, like the alarm system, so that way people would be aware and it would give early warning to a Twister showing up.
Yes.
This one is saying that they want to just completely destroy a Twister.
Guys,
Dorothy
we're not doing primary care anymore. We're doing preventative care.
Dude, apparently Dorothy is gonna go up and then buy Twister. Like, it just goes away.
They said
that's apparently how that works.
The healthcare system, we can't, so we'll apply it to Twisters now.
Which, don't get me wrong, it's hilarious where they were like, we've never been in a Twister before. How do we do this? We get 2 drills on the truck and we just sucker that thing down. And we just, like, I don't know how that's gonna work.
How much do you want to bet that movie's concept is gonna be so stupid?
But
the only thing that's gonna save that movie is Glenn Powell.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, I can see that.
Totally okay.
I have a feeling that right now his back hurts because he probably has his movie on his back.
No, just take that back. He's enjoying it. He's enjoying it.
Oh no, I'm sure.
He's already said he doesn't want to work on a film that's Oscar bait. He wants a movie. He wants to work on movies that are fun.
Mm-hmm. And which that's fun. That's fun.
That's fine.
You know what? That's fine.
You know what movie I want? 23rd Jump Street.
Oh yeah.
No, you can't. No, you can't anymore. Dude, they already made the joke.
The screenwriter has already said that he's willing to release the script for the 23rd Jump Street movie.
That sounds hilarious.
It's 23rd Jump Street with Men in Black.
Yeah,
that was the original script.
The script exists. He's just contractually obligated to not release it.
Wasn't it? But it was the new one. It was the international group, right? It wasn't Tommy.
It was
Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith. I thought it was
No,
the
it was the
international
one.
Oh well, those are bad. That was a bad one.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
wasn't bad.
international.
I didn't mind international for what it
It
was.
just didn't deliver the same punch.
No, it was trying hard to be like Will Smith
Yeah.
and Tommy Lee Jones, and it didn't land well.
That-
but I don't know. I like Chris Hemsworth. You know, I don't mind it.
What's her name again?
Oh,
Tessa Thompson.
Tessa Thompson,
Tessa
yeah.
Thompson.
Tessa
She
Thompson was
bad.
cool.
Yeah, she was fine.
So these movies do a really good job. The only problem is that you have to care. So even
You have to care
you-
what you
but
do.
you
Yeah.
do, because think about it like this: Rush Hour. You said Rush Hour would be a great thing. They made a TV show for Rush Hour, and that thing didn't make it past 4 episodes.
Did
It got
even air?
canceled. It did. It only it aired, and the first 4 episodes is almost a shot for shot of the movie.
But it didn't have Chris Rock or
It
Jackie
does not
Chan.
have
So
anybody.
then there's no point. You have to really have characters that you love. Like those movies, it's Rush Hour and Bad Boys are basically the same thing, but it's they're both buddy cop comedies.
No, I would say that.
One's more action.
One's in LA, one's in Miami.
No,
There you go.
in all fairness, I would say that Rush Hour is a lot closer to like Shanghai Noon
Okay.
and Shanghai Nights than it is to Bad Boys.
You know, I didn't care for Shanghai Noon and Nights.
Really? I love those movies, dude.
Even though I love Jackie Chan, I didn't care for those movies.
Yeah,
to be
man. You don't
honest.
like Owen Wilson making fun of orphans?
Jesus, that's what you get out
I
of
feel
that.
like
Yeah, you don't remember?
I feel like early Owen Wilson when he did those movies he was okay, but I think later Owen Wilson is a better actor.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
Like Wedding Crashers, great.
I just
Oh,
want to
yeah.
watch
Yeah.
Rush Hour again.
Oh, yeah,
I forget if Rush Hour 2 and 3 actually. I know the third one
One
is pretty
one
good.
and two are really good.
The third one had funny jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great setup for like in the beginning of the movie.
Where's
and
it-
then
which one is
the
it when they go
payoff
to
was
Paris?
good.
That's the third one.
Yeah.
I think the best part in Rush Hour 3
I know
is
he's your
when they're
brother, but-
trying to translate what the French
Guys,
goon is saying,
yeah.
but he's also Chinese as well too. So they have this. They have what's your name from?
The nun?
Yeah, they have this nun that comes in because she speaks French, and then the guy's just cursing in French, and she's like, "I don't want to repeat what he said. Come on, sister." He goes, "There's lives at stake." Yeah.
Yeah, and then like they're threatening him, and then they're gonna shoot him in the head, and then
Yeah, and
she's
then,
like,
like,
she's
translate back,
translating,
yeah.
she's translating for him, and she's really scared, and then he finally gives him up, and then he goes, "That's right, sister," and she goes, "You know it," and like she high fives him.
No problem, brother.
Yeah,
It's so great.
it's
so
Rush Hour 3 has a lot of really good setup. Like
Yeah.
There's
I
a
know
fourth, no?
no
There's only 1, 2, and 3.
because I like the scene where
They go to
They're-
the dojo.
no, when they're fighting, and then all of a sudden, no, because that's the same joke from Rush Hour 2. That was
Yeah.
the problem with Rush Hour 3 is that they went, okay, what are the jokes from Rush Hour 1 and 2, and let's just reuse them. But I like when they're fighting, and then he goes, "I know he's your brother, but treat him like your sister."
You know what? Chris Rock still looks the same.
Chris Rock's still.
Jackie
cool,
Chan's getting
yeah.
old, but I think he's got one more good movie in him.
He can do one more movie.
I-
Make a Rush Hour 4.
I don't want that to be a Rush Hour movie though.
What would you want him to do?
I'd rather do him a full-fledged kung fu movie. If that's
Like
the
And,
case.
what?
in all fairness,
What?
I like the idea of his next movie being The Karate Kid.
That's true.
His next movie is The Karate Kid. That's what he's working on right now.
Yeah. It's just how much screen time is he gonna get? Because the Karate Kid that what's his name? Jaden Smith is in.
Yeah.
That's not a bad one. It's a pretty fun one.
Nah.
And I also like
It was
the
a
drunken
cool-
teacher aspect of it.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was a interesting concept of kind of like reversing it
Uh-huh.
instead of the student coming to a different place in America. No, we go to China.
We're
This
going to
time.
China.
We're
and
going
he's-
to go to China.
Yeah, he's a fish out of water.
Question for you. So if Jackie Chan's gonna be in the movie,
Yeah.
how's that gonna work? Because he was Mr. Miyagi in that
No,
movie.
He wasn't
He
Mr.
was Mr. Han.
Yeah.
His name was.
Oh,
Han.
that's right.
His name was Han.
Miyagi is Japanese, and Mr. Miyagi is Japanese.
I have to rewatch that movie.
Han
then.
is Chinese.
Because one came from, because he was living in Tokyo
Mm-hmm.
and he was in Okinawa.
That's right. That's right. Okay,
So
never
they're,
mind.
but
Mm-hmm.
that's what I mean. They're showing him bringing up a box
Mm-hmm.
where it's like he had like secrets.
Yeah.
Where it could have been Miyagi-Do is in different places,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where you have other masters of Miyagi-Do.
Well, the tournament that they're leading up to, it's in Asia, right?
It's
They
in-
have to-
it's in- it's in Japan.
Yeah, so
Did they say Okinawa
It's not in Okinawa. It's in
No.
it's in Tokyo.
yeah,
in Tokyo?
so,
So-
obviously that's where the show is going to end, when they go to Tokyo for the tournament, because
That's gonna be
Cobra
intense.
Kai is still eligible to go to the tournament, and so is Miyagi Joe and Eagle Fang.
Eagle Fang.
Well, no, because remember Cobra Kai, they're in Japan now. It's only Japan Cobra Kai now.
Yeah.
They're training. That's what's going to be the big thing. They're training.
And Kreese is still around.
And
Grease is training in Japan.
Yeah.
Kreese is training in Japan with the original Masters.
You know, and it makes sense too because he broke out of prison.
Yeah.
You know, the way he broke out of prison. That's still ridiculous to me.
Yeah, that was really
he was like
ridiculous.
this close of like, oh yeah, you know, he was framed. We should get him out. And then he's like, oh, I'm just gonna break out of prison.
You know what I thought? You know what
That'd be hardcore.
You know what I thought about that when I rewatched it.
Yeah.
I thought it was what was it called? The Dungeons and Dragons movie. In the very beginning, where they were like, where he goes like, "Where's Jonathan?" And then Jonathan comes out, and he's the Crockerin with like the wings, and they grab him and they throw him out the window, and then they're like, "Oh, but we accepted your pardon. There's no reason to break out of jail." Same thing.
Right.
It's an identical joke.
Yeah.
But I think that these movies are doing really well because of them caring. There has to be love in these movies, and so far they're doing really well. And I think that the studios are seeing it, and you're seeing a solid return. And I would say that Beverly Hills Cop, it's a good movie. Definitely go
Netflix,
check it
right?
out. It is on Netflix. Came out 2 days ago. Have a good time watching it. Or by the time you're seeing this, it came out last week.
I gotta show Andy these Beverly Hill Cop movies.
You know what?
Show her Bad Boys 1.
You know what's really hard though? Beverly Hills Cop movies are slow.
Yeah, but
they're a little slow.
No, but you have Eddie Murphy just charming you and throughout that whole thing, just the way he acts as Axel Foley.
I know, but
To be fair,
Yeah.
the first Bad Boys is kind of slow too.
Yeah,
it
I
is.
thought it
Yes.
was funny too because in this new one, he goes up to the hotel room. He goes up to the hotel just like he did in like the first one, and they were like, "Oh yeah," and he has a character and he's doing everything else, but he's had a long day, and he like has a voice, and like right as soon as he comes up, he goes, "You know what? I've had a long day. I don't know. I don't have the energy to try and do this. How much is it for a room?"
Because in every movie, he always makes a big spiel. And
Yeah, he's
stuff,
like, "Just
you
how much
know?
is it for a room?" And then she was
Yeah.
like, "It's $1,000 a night."
He talks his way into having a room.
Yeah, for free, and he's
Yeah.
just like, "Gotta love Beverly Hills." And he ends up having to pay for it this time.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's great. It's hilarious.
To wrap up the show, if you had to bring one more movie back for a reboot, what would it be? Put you on the spot right now.
One more movie back for a reboot.
If they said, okay, you guys have the choice of bringing back an '80s movie, what would it be?
Oh,
I think not Eddie. What was I thinking? Sean has one.
RoboCop.
They already did that one.
They did, but
they rebooted it in 2015.
yeah,
Terrible.
Doesn't matter if it's terrible. They did it. It happened. He had a human hand. Remember? It was
He had a
Rick,
human head. Remember that? Remember that?
yeah, it was the dude who played Rick Flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bad movie.
Like, don't bring it.
It was a really bad movie. Michael Keaton's in that movie. So is Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, those are the only best parts about that movie.
If you know what, what's the Bloodsport?
Ooh.
Bloodsport would be a good one, but instead of Van Damme is training. It would like there's a new guy that's going, and Van Damme is training him.
Okay.
I think Bloodsport would be a sick one. It's a good movie.
I don't know. Actually,
Put you on the spot.
I've had this idea for a while, and it's just now I'm like coming
Predator?
to a blank. No,
No, they already done that.
Yeah,
Prey.
That's just the sequels and stuff. At that point, they just kept going.
It's fair.
Technically, Prey counts, but
What
it's
would
like
be yours? While we vamp for him.
I'm trying to think. I'm like, because they're already doing that with Alien too.
Yeah.
Alien is doing Alien Romulus.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of
one
like a
looks good.
horror movie too, and I'm just like, what was a good horror
Evil
movie?
Dead. They're already doing that.
Yeah,
Young
they-
Guns.
Young
Oh.
Guns. That would be an interesting one. That would be
I would
Maverick.
do maybe just to see how it would react. Back to the Future, maybe. Just do it.
Back to the past.
What about Maverick?
What do you mean? What about Maverick?
Maverick, the movie Maverick
Why am I blanking?
with Mel Gibson. He's a cowboy.
He's thinking of.
Yeah, I
Top
thought you
Gun.
said Top Gun Maverick.
I can tell in your face. You're like, they already did.
Am I the only one that's seen Maverick?
I think so.
Yeah, I've never seen
All
Maverick.
right. Well, obviously you guys don't watch westerns.
I was
like
thinking,
80 westerns.
Okay, so that's okay. I didn't know that was a western. I was like about to say I'm like a western, like a modern day western would be pretty good.
We haven't seen a really good modern day western. I mean, the last really good western I would probably say is The Hateful. I mean, not The Hateful Eight. Actually, no, yeah, The
Hateful Eight counts, but it's like not
It's not like a
not
Western
gunslinger.
vibe, yeah.
It's not a gunslinger western.
Oh, the Despicable Eight, the Despicable Seven. or Despicable 8, or what was it
Hateful
called?
Eight. The Magnificent Seven.
Yeah, the
There you
Magnificent Seven.
go.
There it was.
They already did a reboot of that one too.
Well, that's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
that with Denzel Washington. That was the last one that was like that was pretty good.
What about
I enjoyed
310
that
to
one.
Yuma with Christian Bale?
310 to
And
Yuma was also
Russell
really
Crowe.
good. Yeah.
That was a good one. 310 to Yuma.
Dang, they did remake 310 to Yuma.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
I was thinking about like, you know what movie popped in my
Quick
head
in
as
the
we were talking
Day?
about this? Get Smart.
Get Smart.
Get
they did that
Smart.
one too.
They did that one
Yeah,
too, and I
they
was thinking
did
about
it.
it. I'm like, I grew up with the
In
show.
all fairness, I'm down for a sequel.
Yeah.
That movie was fun.
It was good. Steve
That's a
Carell can
movie
do
where
it.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson was a bad guy. And
Dwayne
he
the Rock,
dies.
he does die. Well, that was before his contract was fixed.
That was before he grew
That was
big
before
and-
he blew up and became the Dwayne.
The-
Yeah,
Johnson.
Dwayne The
in
Rock
that one he
Johnson.
just blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just blew up.
You know that movie's not that bad.
Dude, that
No,
movie's
it's
great.
super
That movie
good.
still stands up pretty
Yeah,
well
Yeah.
too.
No, that's still a good
With
movie.
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
I don't know. I can't think of another
No,
one.
that's
Oh,
not
it would be hard though because you don't have the dude the dude that played Chief. He died.
Oh, did he really? Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, he died.
Just have Steve Carell be the chief now.
Yeah, no,
There
yeah,
you go.
just
Good.
now. That's it. Yeah, Steve Carell is the new chief
could.
in charge. Yeah.
Yeah. What's
You
his
have-
name? Agent 47?
Yeah, Agent 47.
Yeah.
You really don't have anyone?
I don't. I'm trying to like. I'm going.
You
back
made this
to-
question and you don't have anything?
I was putting you guys on the spot. I was putting me on the spot.
I'm
By
trying
the
to
way-
think of like a horror movie, to be honest.
You can't because they're basically
They're
all being
they've
redone.
all been redone for the most part.
Yeah.
Oh, Hellraiser.
Hellraiser.
They already did it.
They did that.
They already rebooted.
Hulu
it.
When?
put out one. Yeah.
Yeah.
They did a new Hellraiser?
They
Yeah,
did.
they did a new Hellraiser. It was a new sequel.
Oh, they also did Candyman as well.
Yep.
They
They also
did.
did. The Invincible
also-
Man too.
They also did Invisible
Yeah.
Man. Dang! Oh my
They
god!
did.
Oh my
We
god!
gotta dig
Event
deep.
Horizon. That would be good.
No.
Okay.
Here's
That's a
why.
90s movie,
Here's
though.
why Event Horizon doesn't work.
Why?
It's too graphic. So,
So?
no, it's too graphic for its time. It needs to stay that way. Just leave it as a piece. Leave it as a piece.
I don't know. So far, I'm
Plus,
just
they
thinking.
came out in the 90s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think mine's pretty solid.
Technicality.
I think mine's pretty solid.
What was yours again?
Bloodsport.
Bloodsport.
Yeah,
That's not a bad
Bloodsport.
one. I don't know. I just.
You just redo Bloodsport and you have Van Damme come back.
I was also thinking like, oh, what if they redid like Street Fighter? But I'm like, they're already doing
Yeah.
that. They
What
can't-
What about the Hunt for Red October?
I was even gonna say Red Sun, but they already rebooted Red Sun.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Have you guys never watched the Hunt for Red
No.
October?
Yeah.
Can't do the Abyss.
You guys really need to start watching some movies. Like this is
was
really
gonna-
do.
No,
It's
that's
just
the
this,
thing.
you
I-
watch a whole different brand.
At the time when that movie came out, I didn't care for Sean Connery because I was a kid.
Also,
Well,
I was
I grew up
thinking
with
the
Justin.
Abyss. You can't do the Abyss.
Why?
Because the Abyss is iconic for what it did at its time.
And also because James Cameron's a monster. James Cameron is a monster.
We're not ending this episode until we think of another one.
We're gonna be here all night because you can't think of an '80s movie. Are you being serious? What about Commando?
No.
You could do Command.
Can't do Rambo because they already did Rambo.
Yeah.
You guys suck. You asked me a question.
Yeah.
I gave you an answer.
I did my part.
I did my part. Where are you
I
two?
know. You know what?
All right,
That's the thing. Is you
hold
and
on.
I have to pick up our slack.
Hang
right
on,
now.
real quick, Sean. Give me an '80s movie. Are you looking yours up or you already have
An
it?
80s movie or an 80s TV show.
That what? You can't
And
do
then
both.
reboot that into a movie.
What do you think?
You know who's dying right now? Noel. He's probably has like a bunch
No,
of...
Dude,
yeah, he's
I-
saying all
yeah.
the movies
Yeah,
right
he's
now.
probably just
I'm
all
just
like,
like,
"Oh, I can't
I'm
get
just,
think of it."
I'm disliking
Dude.
both of you. I'm disliking all three of you right now. We need to watch more '80s movies together. This is ridiculous.
No, good ones.
Oh.
That's the thing.
The Breakfast Club.
No,
No.
you can't
Can't do
remake
that.
that one. That one's
Oh
classic.
my god.
He can't touch
John Hughes.
John Hughes, yeah.
That's like you can't do Pretty in Pink. You can't do that one. You can't do.
You can't do
Ferris
Home
Bueller.
Alone either.
Well, they tried. doing
tried,
Home
didn't
Alone.
work.
Yeah, it
No,
didn't
you,
work.
you can't do Home Alone in 2024.
No.
You can do
No, because
Platoon.
with all the
Huh?
technology.
Can't do
Platoon.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That's
Platoon?
nice.
Yeah.
Can't
Platoon?
do that.
You can't get
Platoon
away
would be
with-
a good one. I think Platoon would be pretty sick. Ooh, oh no, they already did that one. The Hunt for Red October. I mean, not the Hunt for Red October. Red Dawn.
That's the one I
Oh,
just
yeah,
said. Red,
yeah.
but I said
Can't do
Red
Red,
Sun by
yeah.
accident.
Yeah, Red Dawn.
They already did.
Yeah, they already did that one.
That would have been cool if it was done right.
In all
Rene.
fairness, they could do
He
Red Dawn
did
again.
Roadhouse.
They already did
They already
Roadhouse.
did
Damn it,
Roadhouse.
dude! There's nothing left.
Renee, you
do
wanted a
nothing.
horror movie. You wanted a horror movie.
A horror movie.
They Live.
Oh,
That would be
you
perfect.
could do They Live Now.
Yeah, and it would
Which one was They Live?
be
That's the one
so
with Roddy
on
Roddy
the
Piper
nose.
when he figures out that there's alien invasion and they're like subliminal messages when he puts on the. I came in to kick ass and chew bubble gum.
Yes,
And
you're
I'm all
right.
out
Had
of
a bubble gum. Yeah,
You could do They
yeah.
Live Now,
Okay.
especially how everything is.
Yeah.
What was it? Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
You know what? Yeah.
You
But
can do
you
that
got to
one.
keep it practical.
You do.
You can't do CGI.
Do what Tremors did, and I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Tremors.
If Tremors 4.
Remake Tremors.
No, they already did.
I saw.
Huh?
saw.
They did Tremors 4.
Yeah,
I
I know,
saw-
but those aren't good. They have Jimmy Kennedy. It's fine.
You just
No,
reminded
Tremors
me-
4 was Kevin Bacon was in it.
Was he?
Was Kevin? No, he wasn't.
Yeah, in the most recent Tremors,
He came
Kevin
back?
Bacon. Yeah, he came back.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
You are a liar. That was
Swear to
Jamie.
you.
That was
I
Jamie
think so.
Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Bacon
That
came
was-
back for that
hold
one
on.
because Tremors 1 and 2,
There's Tremors 1, 2,
and then 3 sucked.
and then there's 3. Then 4 is Return to Perfection Valley. That's where they go back into the
Unless
West.
I'm thinking about 5.
Then there's 5, but that's with
Tremors-
Bert.
okay, well, Tremors 4 is called The Legend Begins, and that came out 2004.
That's
Yes.
not it then. So it's Tremors 5.
No, because that one has
How many
Bert.
Tremors are there?
There's
I
like
stopped
6.
after 2.
Tremors 5 is Bloodlines, and that came out in 2015.
And that has Bert finding out that Jimmy Kennedy is his son.
Yes.
So then Tremors 6 is Kevin Bacon?
No,
None.
he doesn't come back.
He does come back
No,
for
because
one.
Bert dies, and then Jamie Kennedy
Oh
takes
my
it
God.
on.
There's one where
Tremors
Kevin Bacon...
6 is A Cold Day in Hell. That's when they go in the ice.
Yes.
That came out in 2018.
Is
and
Kevin
that,
Bacon in it?
Hold on.
I'm telling you right now, Kevin Bacon is not in
Dude,
that
I
movie.
didn't
No,
make
you
this
drew
up.
it.
This is some Mandela effect.
Dude,
I
you
know.
drank
Kevin
this.
Bacon was in one of them. In the most
Yeah,
recent
in
one.
the
wasn't-
first one.
Is there another one?
I
Another
don't know.
Tremors movie?
No.
Was it? So wait, that was 6, right? A Cold Day in Hell?
Yeah, unless there's a Tremors 7 that Kevin
Let's
Bacon
see.
came out in.
Let's see. Tremors 7, 2020.
Dude, I'm gonna punch a wall.
They did do a 7-1.
I thought that was Tremors Island.
Yeah, Shrieker Island.
There it is.
And
Is Kevin Bacon in it?
no, but
Damn it, dude!
John Hader was in it.
Oh my God.
Napoleon Dynamite was in it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. And unless there's a Tremors 8 that Kevin Bacon's in,
Someone look it up. Tremors 8 right now.
there's no Tremors 8.
Kevin Bacon was in it, dude.
I'm telling you right now, I know my Tremors movies.
Hold up.
No, it just says release date. It says, yeah. It
I
says
accept defeat. I thought Kevin Bacon was
I
in
know
it.
my Tremors movies.
Oh my God.
I know
I stopped after 2.
I know my trash horror. Okay.
It's not trash. The first one is goated.
The first one is really, really good.
First
so
one is
I,
goated.
in all fairness, I love 2. I do like number 2. Number 2 is
My
great. when they
dad
go to
showed me
Mexico.
Tremors when I was a kid in Spanish. It was good.
everything
What,
was
number 2?
introduced in Spanish
Number
or
1
in
and 2. It was on TV.
Oh, I thought it was because
Dragon Ball.
I thought he only showed you
Tremors.
number 2 because they were in Mexico. He was like, that's the native. And he
I'm
put it on
watermelon,
Spanish.
idiot.
They're in Mexico, so they put it in Spanish.
So why'd you say
idiot?
it's native? I'm not native to Mexico.
Because they were
get
in
it.
Mexico. I
You're
don't.
not.
I don't know.
I'm
You
not-
lost me on the joke.
I'm not
It's
going
an
to
hour
try.
and 42 minutes.
Yeah, we're. I have
Guys,
to, I
thank
have
you
to
so
edit
much for
this.
joining us here on issue 204. Keeping up with the Nerds. Your 1-2 source for Tremors knowledge per Nick. Guys, follow us on YouTube if you have not yet. Subscribe, like the video, comment down below what's your favorite Tremors movie of all time. If it's not 1 or 2, Nick will come after you.
Shriekers Island.
Follow us on our socials, Instagram, Facebook, and xmen.com. And follow us on our audio platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Podbean. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for subscribing, following us. Renee, sign us out.
This has been Keep Up the Nerds, issue 204. My name is Rene.
Nick.
This is Bryan.
Signing off from Undersea Comics. We'll see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye.